All right, good morning, chat. That is like way too long of a coffee pasta there. Soda. Appreciate the 16 months there, Horsey. All right, let's see. I think they're about to get into the junior finals. I was wondering if I was gonna miss like the first couple games, possibly, or the first game or something of juniors, but everything seems to be behind schedule just a little bit, or just about just on schedule, so I'm not behind at all. All right, let's see. There we go. Morning, Talby. The Go Finals have a little bit of review. What do you mean? Oh, like post finals analysis? There was a rematch because of lag. Oh, okay. I get saved by the lag then. That's unfortunate. Was it like super was it super what's what I'm looking for? Like, was it super was it like in the middle of the game, like someone was more so gonna win than lose, or was it like at the beginning? Are there any Latam players in any of the finals? Yeah, in seniors, Gabriel. Or it looks like you got one of them good naps where you got a pattern print on your face. Definitely woke up slightly groggy. Definitely felt like I needed like probably like one more hour of sleep. Yeah, I felt like I needed probably like one more hour. But I'll be all right. Hey, what's up, Shadow? How many juniors players do you think will you can take on in a fist fight? Asking for science? I don't know. Probably quite a few. How many Pokemon streamers would it take to beat Prime Mike Tyson in a fight? A lot, probably. Wait, are we going in like one by one or multiple at a time? If it's multiple at the same time, probably like 3. Oh, maybe more, maybe 4. You think wins today with? Oh, you're memeing. You're memeing. I mean, I got my before the event. I had my money on Australia, so I'm definitely rooting for the Brent dub, so I can get the the prediction win on the podcast. Appreciate the 10 months there, Invader. Oh, hang on, let me get the. Oh shoot, I didn't choose the prediction for the. Choose the outcome for the last prediction. What was the last prediction? The last prediction had to be Daniel versus Miloslav, right? I actually don't remember. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this one because I don't remember the outcome, or I don't remember what one it was for. All right. All right. I'm also gonna run an ad, just so there's no ad in the middle of the game. Get out of the way now. Appreciate 3 months there, Grim. Soul Straight robbing us about Bulu Bucks. It was a pretty one-sided prediction as well. I don't remember what it was for. Alright. Should be all good. You're just gonna win? He's pile shuffling? Probably, yeah. Like a dub for me. Or a dub 2B. So if you started playing as a junior, how well do you think you would have done? have no clue. It's hard to tell. Probably would have done okay. The game was just so different back then when I started playing, though. Like what I would have been playing in as like a junior. That's the thing. All right. There we go. I think I'm reset as the final starts. You guys said 2 Pidgeot were prized. Is it Charizard Mirror? We'd have Henry going first here. Zard Mirror. Who prized 2 Pidgeot? Is it? Well, I guess I can check while he's prize checking. Hold up. Sergio prize 2. Thornton Dustnor prized on the left hand side. Yeah, double Pidgeot prize is not good. They are the first 2 prize cards though, so actually getting them out of the prize cards. I mean, it'll be the first things we draw, right? So. Caster say they both play on Fair Stamp. Sergio plays Briar and Henry does not. Okay. Goes for a Pidgey for 1, and then either I assume Charmander or Duskull for 2. I mean, not going to get attacked here, so. Grabbing a Duskull is probably fine. Your lone Charmander isn't going to get KO'd, so you don't need a backup Charmander right now, so. Not sure if it's just me, but your volume is a little low. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's been. I haven't changed anything on my stream setup. I might just be talking a little bit quieter. It's a little bit early, but that's probably it. All right, over to Sergio. Does have the Poffin here, but it does not have any Pidgeots. The follow-up. Let's grab a Pidgey here. We'll see how thorough Sergio is with the prize checking. It looked like Henry was pretty thorough with the prize checking on that previous turn. It looks like is going about it. Looks like did get Charmander and Pidgey, and then Arvin. Could get another Buddy Poffin. Could go Nest Ball for Rotom plus 4 Sealstone. In this situation for Sergio, you definitely want another Charmander. At least one more Charmander. There was no Rotom draw from Henry. Oh, looks like we got a Rip Sleeve. There was no Rotom draw. Oh, it looks like he plays Cleffa as well, so we could see the Cleffa draw. There was no Rotom draw from Henry. Goes in with the Poffin off the Arvin. Gets Charmander and Cleffa. Not sure if there's anything else to do. He didn't end up getting a tool card there, but that might be fine. You're not setting up the Rotom, but you don't really just want 4 Sealstone in your hand, so you just draw one less card off Cleffa anyways. And same thing with Defiance Band. You could have grabbed Defiance Band, but if you put Defiance Band in play, then it could just get vacuumed or something. So not getting a tool there seems fine. They could also be in hand as well. All right, and looks like that was the retreat, and then draw with Cleffa. We got, I think it is double Pidgey, double Charmander on bench, right? The whole squad. I think it's right to bench Pidgey and hope to get the both of the prizes early. Oh yeah, definitely, especially with Duskull down, because then you can just go Candy, Dusknoir, Knockout, and then hope to get the Pidgeot off the prize cards with that that play. Double Charmander, Pidgey, Duskull. Okay. Arvin's coming out here from Henry. I mean, I'm sure you just want to attack. I mean, if you could go Candy, Dusknoir to KO the lone Pidgey off the bench, you probably want to do that, and then Charizard Knockout active would be fine. There's our rare candy being lined up alongside the Defiance Band, so I assume that means there's a Charizard in hand. Dusknoir's prized. Henry, I guess you probably only play one in Charizard, right? We're only playing one. So it just has to be Charizard Punch active here. I wonder if we should have even gotten the Henry. Maybe shouldn't have gotten Duskull if our only Dusknoir is prized. He's putting Luminion on the bench. I assume this must mean that Henry has 4 Sealstone in hand, and we're going to use 4 Sealstone here. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. Usually the primes up there, Matt Manning. There's a supporter grab. Yeah, must have 4 Sealstone in hand. Yep, there it is. Otherwise, yeah, putting Luminion on play in play doesn't really make too much sense. And we'll see if this leads to Candy Charizard, Candy Pidgeot. Which is what you want. You want the double. You want both. Candy Charizard would be fine. You get a knockout. But establishing Pidgeot would be pretty good. Well, there's a boss in hand. Oh, we've already played Arvin. What am I saying? I was looking at the Pidgeot, but now it's going back to the Charizard, it looks like. Also, getting some Charmanders down would be nice, because otherwise, Sergio could KO your lone Charizard on this next turn with Candy Dusknoir, Candy Charizard. That would be a lot to have, but it is possible. I guess it's like not too ridiculous with like the Pheasantipity draw. There's a Candy Pidgeot. I don't know if there's a piece in hand. Oh, there's a Candy. So Candy Charizard is on the way then, I assume. I don't know if there's any other follow-up Charmanders, though, being benched. There's an Ultra Ball, so you could Ultra Ball for a Charmander, I guess. Charizard is acquired. with no follow-up Charmander, it is possible to lose our lone Charmander in play. And in this situation specifically, Henry's Thornton is prized. Oh, it looks like actually going for the Buddy Poffin. So, oh no, we have Ultra Ball Candy in hand. I guess that could become our Charizard. But it is lining up the Cleffa, so maybe it's just going for a chill turn. Let's see. Also might not be an Ultra Ball that was in hand. I just thought it was. It looked like one. Okay, here comes the Poffin. Charmander, Duskull, or Charmander. But it's going for the Cleffa, so this makes me feel like Henry's going to retreat and then use Cleffa. Unless there is a collapsed in hand, and that's why we're just going for the Cleffa because it's the last basic we have available. We have collapsed in hand, maybe. Here comes the Ultra Ball. Okay, so we do have Ultra Ball Candy. I thought it was that, but I wasn't 100% sure. We are going ahead. Counter Catcher could still be good to keep, though. I'm not sure I love the Counter Catcher discard. Defiance Band as well, but I guess all the cards in the hand are good. The worst card in the hand is Arven, but if you're just trying to progress your board state on your next turn, then keeping Arven is not bad. I mean, keeping Boss is probably the best card to keep. You could get rid of Arven Defiance. I guess that's to be Arven Defiance or Arven Counter. Probably. I think you can't give up the Boss. Or, excuse me, Counter Defiance, Counter. I guess you could give up Arven Defiance and keep the Counter Catcher. Defiance is probably better than the Counter Catcher, though, I would imagine. Gives up the Boss? That's a lot of Gust gone. I don't know about that. I haven't played a Charizard Mirror with Dusknoir, like, ever. So I don't know how often you can just, like, play through the active. Or how comfortable you are to play through the active. That's a lot of Gust gone, though. I think the Defiance Band higher than the Counter Catcher is interesting. Because you're keeping one of them, assuming if I fall behind, this is the better card. Yeah, and Henry seems to think that if I fall behind, the better card is the Defiance Band, not the Counter Catcher. Giving up Boss when you go ahead like this, though, feels pretty bad, though. So I'm not a huge fan of the... I feel like the Arven should have been discarded over the Boss, probably. The Arven could still be pretty good next turn, though, of course, because just, like, setting up towards your next Charizard. Pretty good. Yeah, I also don't know about that energy being put on the bench Charmander, because that would be a pretty good Dusknoir or like even Counter Catcher target, I feel like. Oh, Henry didn't prize Charmanders. I wonder why Henry took Cleffa over another Charmander there, or even another Pidgey. All right, over to Sergio. Luminion also coming into play here. Now, unfortunately for Sergio, Sergio did prize... What did Sergio prize again? Double Pidgeot EX. So, Pidgeot is literally just not a possibility for Sergio. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Got only Candy. Yeah, the Force Heal Stone must be in hand here from Sergio. Ooh, I don't like that sequence, though. We probably should have started with getting... Wait, where did the Pheasantipity come from? Am I trolling? Did we have the Nest Ball in hand? It's Arven. Plays Arven. Gets Rare Candy. Yeah. We should have just played... Sergio should have just played Pheasantipity and then drawn with Pheasantipity here to start with, because if we draw into the Candy, then we can get like something else, or maybe we don't even have to play Arven for a turn. Maybe we don't even have to put Luminion in play if we draw well enough. Definitely a mistake there from Sergio. If we're going to commit the Pheasantipity, we should commit it sooner. Here comes the V-Star. I mean, here I think you're looking for like Candy, or you're looking for like Candy Dusknoir. I don't even, what are you looking for? You could KO the Pidgeot with Candy Dusknoir plus Candy Charizard Counter Catcher. That would be like a play technically. Let's search out the Charizard. Here comes the Candy Charizard. Maybe with some fire energy. Builds up the active. I was like hesitant about that fire energy being on Henry's bench Charmander. Like I honestly just don't know how to play the Charizard Dusknoir Mirror like at all. Like now that I'm like watching one play out, I'm like, yeah, what do you do? What do you like if you can Dusknor here? What would you Dusknor as Sergio, or is it better to wait? You just candy Dusknor KO their Duskull and then bench another Duskull. Is that the best play possible if you could do it? All right. Well, no Pidgeot is the big thing. I feel like Pidgeot still has to be a pretty big player in the mirror match, like it always has been. So if you can remove your opponent's Pidgeot, that's going to be a high priority. The hand here from Henry has pretty limited options. I mean, I feel like Henry's looking at punch active Charizard here. Maybe Candy Dusknor. Maybe Candy Dusknor to remove one of those pieces from Sergio's bench. I don't even know what you'd want to go after here. Probably the Pidgey still. But at this point, I think as Henry, you probably know that double Pidgeot was prized. I think you probably should know that. I guess I don't. Would we know for sure? I don't know if we know for sure that double Pidgeot's prized. We'd probably have a pretty good... It's a pretty good indication that double Pidgeot's prized if it didn't get candied out last turn, so... Appreciate that, 8 months, Ivan. Since only Sergio plays Briar, I feel like he's favored. It probably is a decent card in the mirror, yeah. You'd probably rather have it than not have it. I could see that for sure. All right, I didn't see what Henry grabbed off the quick search there. Is it just a Dusclops? That's what production is leading us to believe, that a Dusclops was searched off the quick search. But what are we even gonna ping with that? What are we doing 50 damage to? Oh no, there's Charmeleon. Okay. I have Arven in hand. We don't have to play it, but if we don't play it this turn, then if we want to Iono next turn, it'll be that much less to do. So it is just a punch on the active. I think I would like to have seen the Arven get played for maybe a piece. I guess if you get Iono, it goes back to the deck, but double candy in the hand now here for Sergio. We could see second Charizard get set up. We could see Candy Dusknor happen. We could see like a... Ooh. Hold up. How much damage is on this active Charizard? What if Sergio... Like, the best play here seems like it could be... What if Sergio went... Oh, Sergio just went knockout. Sergio just went draw and knockout. I feel like we should have at least gone for, like... Wasn't there an Arven in hand? I thought there was an Arven in hand. We should have got, like, Candy Charizard out or something. Because now if we get Iono'd here, we're in trouble as Sergio. If we get Iono'd... Actually, Henry could go further. Henry could have Candy Dusknor or Iono, and then we're in big trouble. But it's going to be a little bit harder for Henry to do that because Henry did not play anything out of hand last turn. Could have played the Arven to get, like, a rare candy or something going into this turn. Does have the Night Treasure, so recovering the Charizard is possible. Yeah, a play that would have been kind of sick there from Sergio would have been... Oh, no, maybe it's not as good as I thought. Candy Dusknor. No, yeah, Sergio could have gone, like, Counter Catcher, Charmeleon, Candy Dusknor. I don't know if Sergio had the pieces to pull that off, but Sergio was down a prize card, so he could have gone Counter Catcher, Charmeleon, Candy Dusknor, KO, Charizard, draw 3 prize cards, and then no Charizards on board. And then force Henry into a Thornton play if Henry wants to attack. And in this situation, I mean, Henry's hand wasn't that big. Also, Henry's Thornton is prized. Now, Sergio doesn't know that, of course, but that would have been a pretty good play. If you could use Dusknor, you didn't need Counter Catcher now? What do you mean? You want to target the Charmeleon, so you'd want to Counter Catcher Charmeleon, because if you Candy Dusknor KO the active, then they're just going to push Cleffa. Alright, Unfair Stamp is being searched out aggressively here from Henry. And we will still have Quick Search on the other side of this Unfair Stamp to work with, which could lead to the Candy Dusknor. And then once again, remove the Charmander of Sergio's. And Sergio last turn could have had Candy Charizard, for sure. Guaranteed could have had Candy Charizard, had Arven for Ultra Ball, plus Candy in hand. could have had a second Charizard set up here. I don't think Sergio prized like a ridiculous amount of energy or anything like that. But now, it's going to be a little bit hard to recover from. Does still have Pheasantipity. We do still have the Pheasantipity. In fact, that could be Henry's target, to be honest. If Henry can get Candy Dusknoir Counter Catcher, we could go Counter Catcher Pheasantipity, Candy Dusknoir, KO Charizard, KO Pheasantipity, and then go down to one prize card, which also plays around. Oh no, it doesn't KO the Charizard because there's only 180 on the Charizard. We're still coming up. We'd come up short on that actually. So yeah, the only way to KO the active Charizard is with Charizard, I guess. I think you meant Nor can KO Charmeleon. Oh wait, yeah, we could have just done that as well. You can just go Dusknoir, KO Charmeleon, and then KO the active. You don't even need to use Counter Catcher. True. For some reason, I was thinking Charmeleon's ability stops the Dusknoir damage. In my head, I was like, well, we can't Dusknoir Charmeleon because it's got the ability. That's not how the ability works. There is candies in hand here for Henry. And a Nest Ball. Doesn't have the Counter Catcher KO Pheasantipity play yet. But I feel like Counter Catcher KO Pheasantipity is probably the play here from Henry. If Henry can draw into everything. Goes for another Charmander. Does have... Oh, no. Henry doesn't... Henry's Dusknoir is prized. Henry's Dusknoir is prized. So there's Candy Dusknoir is not available to Henry. So Henry's only actually play here is just literally KO active. It feels like that, actually. Actually, KO Pheasantipity, honestly... Counter Catcher KO Pheasantipity here from Henry, I think, is better than KO in the active. I feel like. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm like, I don't hate the idea of KO Pheasantipity over Charizard, but KO in the active Charizard is probably the way to go here. Save the resource of the Counter Catcher for a possible future turn. Henry just being aggressive with the recovery. Goes for the Super Rod. Gets back some fire energy. Counter Catcher Pheasantipity into Dusknoir Briar KLM. It would be possible if Henry played Briar, but apparently Henry doesn't play Briar. We got the Dusknoir off the prize cards finally for Henry. So now finally the Dusknoir plays are available to Henry. And the KO was had. So the Pheasantipity is active for Sergio. Gonna get some cards. See an Ultra Ball there. Super Rod, but needs like a rare candy for a Charizard. I do not see... There's no quick search to work with here as well. I see the Dusknoir in hand. Can't tell what the card at the way back of the hand is. There might be Candy Charizard available. I think that's a Poffin. I think the hand here from Sergio is pretty dead. You could definitely see game on the next turn here from Henry. I don't think Henry prized the boss. So Henry could just go quick search. Boss Luminion into Candy Dusknoir KO. Charmander. Oop, there's a boss on Luminion. So that will require one more piece here from Henry. We'll need an energy to retreat the Luminion. Did just Super Rod 2 energy back to the deck. The chances are up over there. The rest of the hand pretty bad for Sergio though. He's getting a fire energy off of Night Stretcher. He's going to retreat into the Duskull. And it looks like pass. All right, over to Henry. Oh, has double candy. So you could candy Charizard to be able to move the Luminion here. That would work. I think had double candy, right? Quick search coming in. I believe the second boss is remaining. Yep. Henry's got it all lined up here. Just thinking through it. Doesn't want to misplay. But that should be game for Henry here in game 1. Sergio tried to reach across the table to get the deck to cut it. Dusknoir KO Charmander, retreat to Charizard. And then Boss on the Luminian gets the last 2 prize cards. Henry goes up 1-0. Not a kid-friendly table. No, definitely not. It's even big for like the Masters players. Like it's annoyingly big. The table is like annoyingly big for like even for me. Like it's annoying. Actually, the one in it's actually interesting. The one in Europe that they have that I use or that I played on at Stockholm was like decent bit smaller, and it was like definitely way more comfortable. I believe. I think that was the one. Why is it so big? I don't know. When they were making the table, they thought having like a really, really big table was cool, I guess. I don't know. It definitely is not. It definitely doesn't need to be that big. It definitely does not need to be that big. Is this why you aren't going to tournaments? Yes. It just makes it hard to reach across the table to like cut your opponent's deck and stuff. If it was like, I don't know, not even that much smaller, just like bring it in a little bit. Like I said, the one in Europe feels like way better. Well, the one they had at Stockholm, I don't know if that's the one that you have at like UIC usually. Table is holding him back. Yeah, from reaching his true potential. I'm showing off his true potential. Why are some people saying that everything is the reason you're not going to tournaments? That's just a meme. Well, I think it's a meme. I assume people are just memeing. Yeah, when says yeah, when someone says Azul is the reason that you're not going to tournaments is because the tables are too big. I'm assuming that's a meme. You're on stream playing Tina at UIC. How don't you know? Oh, I don't even remember. That's right. I did get on stream at UIC. Yeah, I don't remember if that was the same table or not. So Sergio chose second here going into game 2, which I think makes sense. You just want to set up. You want to have a cleaner setup. Going second in Charizard Mirror still makes sense to me. Prize cards here. 1 Charizard, 1 Pidgeot, 1 Dusclops. Now the deck only plays 2 Charizard. So at least early on, Henry won't be able to create like a double Charizard board state. That is like a little bit less susceptible to Iono, but should be fine. We'll see if Sergio has has the double Pidgeot prize again. Probably not. Probably not going to be 2 Pidgeot prize, but you never know. I'm excited to watch the seniors finals. Actually, because we'll have Gabriel. I mean, literally the best senior in the world, and then you have Justin, who's like one of the best seniors in North America. I know I'm late, but Sergio literally goes to my locals. That's so cool to see he made finals. Do you think there is an observable reason Charizard dominated the lower divisions, but now there's nowhere to be seen in Masters? I made top 8 in Masters. So I want to say it's nowhere to be seen. The lower divisions is like in juniors and seniors, like the meta and the format matter way less than they do in Masters. So decks actually become bad plays in the Masters division. It doesn't really happen as much in the lower divisions in juniors and seniors. I mean, decks are good and bad, but it just matters less. Like the meta and the format matters less. Or the format's the same, but the meta game matters less in juniors and seniors, and just like how they play matters more. There is still some meta game, and it does matter that much more at like the top end of things, right? I feel like the meta in the seniors division is a lot more made up around what are the top seniors playing, or at least that's how it feels whenever I talk to like seniors players, or when I coach seniors players in the past. It was like one of the big concerns was just like trying to guess what the other top seniors players were playing. There is like an overall meta you want to tech for, like what are the most popular decks, and it is different sometimes in the Masters division. I would assume the most popular deck across the board is just Raging Bolt right now, but there definitely were times in the past where like Raging Bolt would be the most popular deck for us, Or a better example, that would be like Charizard was the most popular deck for us, but like Lost Tina, I think, was always super popular in juniors and seniors. Stuff like that, so. But the skill difference is amplified more in the lower divisions. So just playing a good deck well, the statement of play a good deck well means a lot more in the lower divisions for sure. All right, so pretty good turn 2 here from Sergio. Does have to put the Rotom in play, which of course is a liability. But double Poffin for Seal Stone in the hand for the Rotom later. I mean, I assume we're going to go second Pidgey, yeah, because we don't want to lose access to Pidgeot. And then, yeah, gets a Duskull as well. And the Cleffa being grabbed on Henry's side was interesting. I mean, it makes me think that Henry probably has to go like retreat Cleffa, draw with Cleffa next turn for sure. Play this game, and that's why the Cleffa was grabbed, but we'll see. And there's the Rotom for 3. Like Charmeleon, Radzard, oh, energy. So not a great 3, to be honest. It's pretty weak. Oh, it's just draw pass here from Henry. It's even worse. Doesn't even have a way to move the Charmander. Okay, let's see how Sergio can capitalize on this really, really slow start from Henry. Now, one of the cards you always want to think about in these kind of situations is like, okay, they did just draw pass. Well, like, what is the one card that they can only play if they knock me out, if I take a knockout? And that's Unfair Stamp. So you're like, all right, they could have Unfair Stamp on the other side of this. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but Unfair Stamp could be there. All right, there's the Pidgeot from Sergio already, and then here goes into the V-Star. I assume to probably get Rare Candy. Or Fez. Or Fez, yeah, good call, yeah, or Fez. Well, no, yeah, or Fez. That's fair. Yeah, or Fez. All right, do we have the Candy Charizard here for Sergio? Could we go further, though? Do we have Candy Charizard, Candy Dusknoir? That would be pretty good. Just the Candy Charizard. Fez is prized. Okay, not Fez, but something for Sergio to think about, right? All right, do they got the Fez? They got the Unfair Stamp. How much more can I set up to play around those possibilities? Not much more to be done here, it looks like, from Sergio, though. Just the Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard, which is still good. That's still good. And I don't think Henry has either of those cards in hand. And didn't top deck very well either. Yeah, the hand there from Henry is quite mid. As a counter catcher, so might try and slow things down a little bit. That doesn't seem worth it to play. Your hand is pretty clogged, though, and you do need to find something off this Cleffa draw. So going like counter catcher Charmeleon. Ooh, counter catcher Charmeleon's like decent. It could like, yeah, depending on what Sergio has prize, it could be actually awkward for Sergio to get to. There's like one energy in the discard pile here. Oh, counter catcher Charmeleon seems decent. Doesn't seem terrible. He has 2 catchers, so I'd say yes. Yeah, but you want to like going back-to-back turns of counter catcher when playing from behind would be really, really good. Like counter catcher next turn, then counter catcher the turn after. But yeah, I think Henry has to do something here. Does bring up the Charmeleon, hoping for it to get stuck in the active for a turn. Pretty unlikely. I don't know if Sergio plays. Ooh, he's gonna put the Defiance Band in play as well. That can be targeted from a vacuum now from Sergio. I'm not sure I like the Defiance Band play there. I almost feel like saving that is probably better. Because even Candy Dusknoir removes that Charmander from play. And takes away that threat. You'd get one less card, but I feel like it's a pretty big card for making comebacks. I mean, that's how I feel about the counter catchers as well. But we have to play something here, right? Some cards got to get played. We need to draw a little bit more off Cleffa than just like 2 cards. Oh my gosh, it's still dead. All right. So Henry is still hoping for a top deck. Let's see what Sergio's got here. Turo is a possibility. A lot of Charizards. Almost every Charizard player plays Turo, right? Sergio prized a Zard, so Turo has to be played. I don't think Sergio prized the Zard. No, Sergio did. Oh, Sergio prized the Pheasantipity. Wait, did they both prize Pheasantipity? Yeah, Henry prized the Zard, I think. Goes for the Turo. Turo's up to Charmeleon. Pushes back up to Charizard. Seems fine. And then there's another KO. Okay. Over to Henry. Once again, it still comes down to some kind of top deck here. Actually, the more I think about it, the Defiance Band probably should have gone to the Radzard, because Henry could have gone for like Radzard KO Pidgeot plus Unfair Stamp or something this turn, right? That would have been a pretty big swing back. Yeah, Defiance Band on Radzard would have been interesting. You'd have to have committed a lot of energy to it, but that would have been an interesting play to set up for. Attaching the Defiance Band to the Radzard. All right, here comes the Fez for 3. Brody, Turo. We did draw the Unfair Stamp. It's unfortunate. We had 2 rare candy in the hand here for Henry. 2 rare candy in the hand. Can't utilize either of them. No Pidgeot, no Charizard. Now, we did prize a Pidgeot and a Charizard, so we only play 2 of each here, I believe, as well. Could bench the Rotom before the Unfair Stamp, so if you whiff, you could draw with Rotom. Also, it would enable for Seal Stone. That's like a thought here, for sure, for Henry to decide. Also, Counter Catch could be played. Oh, there's also a Duskull in the hand as well, so that could make its way to the bench. But then we wouldn't be able to use Rotom. I don't even know what we'd Counter Catcher here as Henry. I guess maybe the Rotom to just try and get 2 prize cards. All right, just trying to get 2 here. And then there's the Unfair Stamp. Shuffle it all back. Yeah, not an Iono. Henry still needs a pretty good draw here. Candy Charizard would be okay. Like, I'd be all right. We're still in the game. Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard is obviously ideal here for Henry. Falling behind another prize card sounds tough. Yeah, the comeback is getting harder and harder every single turn here for Henry. And there's that threat of the Dusknoir looming there on the bench with the Duskull. Be able to progress the prize rate even faster. Oh, we haven't played a supporter yet, right? As Henry, we just drew into the Unfair Stamp. We drew back into the Rotom. We also have the Arven. So we can get Candy Charizard. We just won't be able to get Candy Pidgeot. Or Stone Candy. Lining up the energy. Rotom will have to come down. I guess you could actually put Luminion in play and search out Iono instead. Maybe that's better. Is going with the Rotom. Yeah, I could see Luminion being better there. Putting Luminion in play instead. Because you might still have to put Luminion in play, I guess. But I guess, like, are you ever getting your board state out of liability range? Probably not. There's probably always going to be way too many liabilities in play. Probably going to always be way too many liabilities. There we go. Candy Charizard. Activate the ability. Load up Radzard at this point, to be honest. Maybe with 1. I don't know how many energy. There's 2 energy left in deck. I feel like putting 1 on Radzard here from Henry makes more sense than 1 on Charmander. Because we still have 2 in the deck for Charizard later. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. All right, knockout on the Rotom. Over to Sergio. Still has that Pidgeot. Top deck's Counter Catcher. Not going to be able to utilize that, of course. Well, I guess you could if you popped a Dusknoir. And Sergio could go Candy Dusknoir, Dusknoir the active, and then KO the active. That doesn't seem super strong. Yeah, what is the best play here from Sergio? Could also go Candy Dusknoir, pop Dusknoir on the Charizard, and then counter catcher KO Pheasantipity. That seems okay. There's a Dusknoir, so we're Dusknoir something. Let's see what Sergio thinks is the correct thing to Dusknoir here. I mean, this always goes. The Dusknoir always goes to the active for sure. I think you could play counter catcher now and KO Pheasantipity. You could just also knock out the active though. Yeah, to the Charizard. And then does just go for the knockout. Okay, saves the counter catcher. 2 more prize cards acquired. The rest of the hand, is it okay? Right, candy off the prize card is pretty good though. That could lead to that next Charizard. We need to close out the game here for Sergio. Now over to Henry. I think it is possible for Henry to win here, but it is unlikely. Henry could go Thornton, Duskull, Candy Dusknoir, counter catcher, Pidgeot, Pop Dusknoir, KO Charmander, KO Pidgeot. So it is possible for Henry to win. However, it's very unlikely. This is actually another situation where that Defiance ban would have been pretty good on the Radzard still, because it could have led to the Pidgeot KO here. Yeah. Counter catcher and Briar, no. I mean, if you have Briar, you wouldn't even need to counter catcher. You could just KO the active. But Henry doesn't play Briar. Henry doesn't play Briar. We got double candy now. That is Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard. There's the Duskull. Does Henry actually have the play? Is lining up the Thornton? Wait, Henry might have it. Doing 300, so 1 KO Charizard. You put the Dusknoir damage on the Charizard. You go pop Dusknoir, put it on the Charizard, or play Briar first though, of course. Play Briar, pop Dusknoir. Knockout active. You can even do it with Duskull actually, to be honest, or Dusclops, excuse me. Henry's still cooking. Yeah, does Henry have the play, the full play here? The Thornton's in there. Has Luminion to go get it. Maybe he just has the KO on the active though. Maybe he doesn't have the full play here. Candy Dusknoir. Pop Dusknoir on the Pidgey. Oh wait, that that knocks out the active. Wait, that works as well. Because Sergio goes down to 1 prize card. Oh, holy smokes. I didn't even see that. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, because you go down to 1 prize card. How do you play Thorn and Briar in the same turn? Don't ask me. I'm tripping. I was lost in the sauce. This works. This works. That was a big comeback too. Sergio could have done differently, maybe. I mean, targeting the Pheasantipity was like the play that I mentioned there from Sergio, right? I think counter catcher KO Pheasantipity might have been the better play there from Sergio, but that's about it. Maybe the guy's best chance was to pop Nor on the little guy, catch a Fez, go to 1. Well, no, if you pop Nor on the little guy though, then you can't play counter catcher because you'd be tied on prize cards. So if you want to get access to counter catcher, you have to pop Nor on a 2 prize Pokemon, so you don't just both draw a prize card. He looks twice as old as Sergio. Definitely, yeah. Definitely does. Sergio not have used Curse Blast at all? Sergio did use it at the end of on that previous turn. I think he should just attack Zard and made second Dusk on bench so he doesn't draw with Fez. And then go Dusk to damage in the Zard and counter on Fez next turn. Yeah, that would have been a good play. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that would have been good. And don't trigger the Pheasantipity that turn. Yeah, I think Sergio probably could have played that better for sure. But yeah, Henry played it really well. Yeah, I didn't even see that play at the end there, to be honest. I didn't realize we were going down to one prize card. And the Charizard does just get the one hit on the active. We go Candy. Or we go, the Thornton play. Candy, Dustnor. Dustnor KO's a one prizer. Put Sergio at one prize card and then KO the active there. Frontal lobe diff. Real. Looking, please not go to Sacramento so I can watch with you. So I can watch you. Well, if I just like whiff day 2, then I'll come back and stream day 2 probably. I hope you whiff day 2. Same. So, which was the worst or scariest regionals bathroom you've seen? I don't know. I don't catalog those things in my brain. That is not information I retain. I was looking with day 2 attack. Oh my gosh, it's the same message. They actually took away his Pikachu act because he lost. Yeah, no more Pikachu for him. How many subs for you to play a fun deck? As many as would equal top 8 prizing. Did you expect LAIC's Masters Finals to be Drago Mirror? I mean, I didn't really expect anything. I did rate Drago very highly going to the tournament, so I'm not surprised it's Drago Mirror, but no rating. I didn't expect it, but it's not like unexpected either. I wouldn't have predicted Drago Mirror before the tournament, but the fact that it's a thing isn't a huge surprise, or isn't a surprise at all. Have you ever seen a fist fight at any major tournaments? No, I don't think so. Pablo really doesn't want him to hold the mic. Dude, he keeps going to touch the mic. Appreciate the 39 months there, Baja Monster. Pablo had enough after Tim yesterday. Now he's being more strict with it. Why not come to LAIC? Because I didn't want to. Go. Orlando this year? Maybe. Oh, Orlando this year. They were asking if it was going to get announced. Two dads got into it. Like to the point of like actual fist fight or like just yelling at each other. Dude, Poke parents are just weird, man. I mean, it's the same thing as parents. Like, I don't know. A lot of passion for their kid and wanting their kid to do well. So it's like, I can kind of understand it a little bit, but also it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's, no, it's kind of inexcusable. Like, I can kind of understand it a little bit, but it's also inexcusable. Yeah, Poke parents are too much, man. It's like I can kind of understand it a little bit, but it's inexcusable. It's embarrassing. It really is. Come on. Also, I'm not saying like this happens all the time, but like the parents like getting too close to the play area and then like trying to influence games and stuff like that is just too much. You don't have to be aggressive to be passionate. Yeah, of course. Wait till you're dead, otherwise you can't say anything. No. I can still say something. Otherwise, you couldn't judge anyone for anything they do if you haven't lived through their experience. But we definitely do that. What's it called? Judging isn't cool. What do you mean? That's just not true. You can judge people all the time for things. That's fine. Whether someone wants to take your opinion seriously is like up to you, but it's fine to judge people. That means you're better than others. No, I'm not better than them. I just didn't do a stupid thing at a Pokemon tournament as a Pokeparent. I'm not saying I'm better than them. I just didn't fuck up in that way. Everyone fucks up. You can call people out for fucking up. And if something is crosses the line, then it needs to be handled in a certain way. No one has the right to judge unless you're perfect. That's just not true. We do it all the time in society. We judge people all the time. We get judged literally all the time. It is? No, it's not. Then are you saying like an actual judge is a perfect person? They're not, though. You wouldn't say an actual judge, someone who like sentences people to things or to like stuff is perfect. No one would say they're perfect. No one is perfect, but they judge people all the time, like a literal judge. Judges at Pokemon tournaments. Well, we're using the term judge. You don't even have to use the word judge. Someone doesn't have to be a literal judge for them to judge people. But judges at Pokemon tournament judge people in their scenarios and then penalize them based on their behaviors. When someone got arrested, yeah, for playing cloth. They actually took Giovanni away because he was playing cloth. They were like, "You're not playing Terrapagos? That's it, jail time." Pokemon wouldn't have enough judges if that were true. Wait for what? For every person? It's a natural human thing to do. Nobody's perfect. A jury judges the so-called criminal. Jury isn't perfect. Exactly. Yeah. Judging people like you're better is cringe. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. I'm saying what Pokemon parents do when they cross the line is cringe. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm saying doing that is bad. You shouldn't do that. I literally even started the conversation with saying prediction payout. Oh shoot, I got you. I literally even started the conversation with saying that is judging. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not judging, but I never said I was better than anyone. I literally started the conversation with I can kind of get it a little bit. Like I can understand how things can get like heated and you can be passionate and like defensive of your kid, but still, it's still unacceptable. And parents go too far. Parents go too far all the time at Pokemon tournaments. It can get a little wild. It can be wild. Pokemon parents can be wild, but it's like the same thing as like parents in like anything. I feel like it's called using the correct words. I didn't say anything wrong, Daniel. I don't know what you think I said. I don't know what you think I said, but nothing I said was out of line. It's the same thing with like soccer parents, right? I feel like that's like that's the saying where it comes from. Like parents at soccer games losing their minds. It happens at Pokemon tournaments too. Actually, there was the literally there's like a parents area. What was the tournament was it at? I don't know if they do this at all tournaments, but the judges at LA regionals did not let the parents get close to the play area, like right up against, like right next to the play area. Where like normally if you're in the Masters division, you'd be able to stand that close. The parents were not allowed to be so close, like within a certain distance of the play area at LA region. I think it was LA regionals. I think it was the one in LA, and there was like a little roped off area with a bunch of chairs where the parents can sit. They had to put the parents in their in their box. Now, not all parents are that way, obviously. Not all Poke parents are that way. A couple bad actors kind of ruin it for everyone, but it is enough of there's enough bad actors that they have to have those like protocols or whatever. Hang on, I was gonna do the payout for the prediction, my bad. All Pokemon parents are worse than me. True, that is what I said. What's the dream breakfast layout? I don't know. Making sure it's hard to not compassionate about your kid, but just like you want to teach your kid, you got to keep your composure. Exactly, yeah. It's like cringe 20 and 30-year-olds saying you can't control your kids. Wait, dude, no one said that, Daniel. No one's talking about saying people can't control their kids. We're talking about parents getting out of control, not kids getting out of control. I feel like you misinterpreted what I said or what people in chat said. No one is talking about kids. No one is talking about parents. It's Will. Oh, Will. My bad. Yeah, no one's saying parents can't control their kids or kids are uncontrollable. We're saying parents are getting out of line, not kids. I'm talking about anyone that doesn't have kids. Don't say anything about being a parent, being parents. No. That's just a stupid take. All right, well, I gotta time you out at this point. At this point, it's gotta time out. I was hoping I was hoping the conversation would come around and we'd have like a conversation with some reason, but that's too much, Will. Sorry. When I'm a Poke parent, I'll drop every. We're gonna get to the point where the juniors division players don't actually play. It's just the parents fight each other, and then the parents, whatever parent wins, that player advances. That player gets the win. Oatmeal? Dude, I do need to get some food here in a second. I'm getting pretty hungry. Speaking of oatmeal. When are draft coaches being added to the TCG? What do you mean draft coaches? What is a draft coach? Where you draft the coaches or the coaches draft the players? Yeah, who's drafting who in that scenario? I mean, like in League, there's a dude who drafts. Oh, well, what would you do in Pokemon, though? Maybe for Unite. I mean, do they have that in Unite? What would a draft... Oh, yeah, what would a draft coach do in Pokemon? Draft your prize cards? The 4 months there, Yule. So when are they going to add strength and conditioning coaches to the Pokemon tournaments? We need some mental coaches first. Mental coaches. I guess some amount of like conditioning or endurance would be technically, theoretically valuable for like the long days. Mental is definitely a big part of it. And I'm gonna run the ad real fast. Do we know what is Justin playing? Is Justin playing the Palkia Terapagos deck? I know he's good friends with Rogerson. Pretty sure. That's what Rogerson was playing yesterday. So that would kind of line up. Yeah, I saw the water energy in the Terrapagos. It probably is that. What we saw Rogerson playing the other day. Which is the cost to fly out to regionals. I mean, it just depends on how much money you're trying to save based on the flight route and where you live. It's like super individualistic. Like, are you trying to have like a 6-hour layover in I don't know, some major airport? Also, do you want to fly Spirit? Also, where you live is a big deal. Like flying out of like Orlando is like insanely ridiculous. It's just absurd. How cheap it is to fly out of Orlando. But if you live in California, it's gonna be more expensive. A lot more. It's like 3 times more expensive to fly in California than it is to fly out of like Orlando. So it really just depends like where you live and all that stuff. Is Kenley Green the one that got banned for cheating? No Flame just asking. No, Gabriel was never. That's not true. I guess Gabriel was technically banned for, I guess it would be like banned for cheating. Was unbanned though. I don't know what the he was DQ'd. No, he got banned, didn't he? Didn't Gabriel get banned for some time? He was accused but then acquitted. He was banned in, yeah, quote unquote cheating was a supposed reason. There's not, yeah, the fact that the ban didn't stick definitely speaks to the legitimacy of like the accusation and everything for sure. I do not think Gabriel's a cheater. So just, yeah, Charizard against the going first is definitely a big deal in this matchup. I feel like to hopefully get out of Candy Charizard before the Radiant Greninja threat happens. I see the Judge in the hand there for Justin. Also opened the Ditto here. Turn 1 Judge honestly might just be the play. Ultra Ball for Fan Rotom or something, and then Judge, depending on what Gabriel does here. But this matchup honestly seems kind of tough. Well, no, the matchup does seem tough, to be honest. This matchup does seem tough. If like Gabriel stabilizes, like Justin doesn't play Dusknoir. If Gabriel just stabilizes the board state with a couple Charizards and a Pidgeot, like Justin can't draw prize cards and needs to go for like some 2-hit Briar shenanigans after that. But yeah, it seems like a bad matchup, to be honest. It seems like a favorable matchup for Charizard. Justin is playing Palkia Terrapagos Area 0 shenanigans. 60-40 in favor of Zard, according to the DDG team. Nah, they're capping. They're coping. 80-20 at least. All right, another Poffin's coming in. I don't see an out to... The hand looks pretty good, to be honest, with Luminion. I don't see an out to a Rotom, though. But if you don't need it, then you can just go for the Luminion on the next turn. That's all you need. Having all night for a finals where you know almost the whole 60 seems pretty different than a final on day 2 at the end of the day. Yeah, it definitely is different for sure. Well, if you actually do any prep, sometimes people don't prep at all and they're just like, all right, I'm fine. I guess like the big thing honestly for Justin is being able to take away, like turn 2 Greninja, you could like KO the Pidgeys, to be honest, and take away the Pidgeys or something like that. That would be like the play to probably go with, to be honest. instead of going for like KO double Charmander. Although KO double Charmander would be a possibility. I feel like removing the threat of the Pidgeot is almost like the bigger deal. And then go into Palkia. Charizard can't want to KO Palkia. And then hopefully they can't get the Gust around. Yes, here comes the Nest Ball. So Gabriel didn't do very much. So the possibility of the hand is a little bit lower. But I wonder if we'll still see Justin play the Judge anyways. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Justin play the Judge anyways. We could see it. In your IC finals, did you prep a day before? No. I just figured out like the 60 cards and that's it. But for one of them, for the one against Bradner, we just swapped deck lists. So. This matchup is favored for Charizard if Charizard has access to Thorin. I don't even think you need Thorin. You just need triple Charmander, right? Because then you get one Charizard out, and one Charizard goes so far, and then you just clean up with the Ratzard probably. Azul just has it like that. It's all in the mind. I mean, it probably would have been good if I did play some games against the matchup, but yeah, there wasn't like that much to figure out or that much to know. It probably would have been most beneficial for the OCIC finals if I had played games against Reagan 60. But I just chilled the day before. Got as much sleep as possible. Okay, there's the Judge. Just got to keep the bench smallish so Palkia can't KO Zard. I mean, you don't need to keep it that small, right? If you fill your bench and Palkia fills their bench, they're doing 260 damage. You'd have to literally wait. You know, Palkia literally never one-hit KOs a Charizard. It's not possible. You're always 10 damage short. I don't think Justin plays Vitality Band. Could, though. All right, did go for the Judge there. Went for the disruptive angle. You know, is hitting that transform. Could go for, yeah, I was gonna say could go for Fan Rotom and does go for the Fan Rotom here, and then Fan Rotom can go ahead and get another Hoot Hoot and maybe double Noctowl, unless if there's no Owl in hand, we could see double Noctowl. Gabriel benches to 6 though. 280. Yeah, the only thing would be like to KO Pidgeot. Like the only thing I could KO is like Pidgeot. Justin plays Kieran. Oh really? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Gabriel's going to overbench even when an Area 0 hits the field. I don't think we're going to see Gabriel go, all right, I'm just going to put down 8 Pokemon. At this point, though, it is weird because there's no stream matches. The players probably don't know each other's lists fully. Like, Justin plays Kieran. Gabriel probably doesn't know about the Kieran. Unless Gabriel talked to one of Justin's previous round opponents from Top Cut or Swiss. But unlike the Masters Division, they don't stream every round, so it's so you're in a situation where when you get to the finals of an IC, it's likely one of you, actually it's guaranteed one of you's been on stream. Caleb was streamed with our Palkia list. Oh true, I guess that is fair. But does Gabriel know that? Does Gabriel know it's the exact same 60? I guess that'd be the question, right? Yeah, he's playing the same 60 as Caleb, but I don't know if does Gabriel know that? I don't know if Gabriel knows that. I think you can kind of assume it's the same 60, but maybe not. But like even then, like having that, like, does Gabriel know the information that Caleb played on stream with this deck? Yeah, I think you could put 1 and 1 together, or was the put 2 and 2 together? I think Gabriel could probably put 2 and 2 together if he knew Caleb was on stream with this deck. I don't know if he knows that. Could know though. All right, Nestballed for Rotom for here from Gabriel, and then into the Iono. Ideally, Candy Charizard. There's the 4 Sealstone found, but is the rest of the hand just that bad? I don't think there's a Candy Charizard here for Gabriel, even with the 4 Sealstone. And next turn, we do have a Nest Ball in hand. We could get 3rd Charmander here from Gabriel. I didn't check the prize cards when they popped up earlier. It looks like Palkia V and a Terrapagos prized. There's no energy in the discard pile. And 2 Owls just went to the bottom of the deck. So honestly, it might be hard for Justin to get to the Radiant Greninja knockout. I feel like you should go with third Charmander here as Gabriel, though. Oh, wait, we're V-starring. Hold up. Oh, wait, is there Candy Charizard in the hand? It felt like the way Gabriel was about to play off the turn that it wasn't. Oh, okay, we have the Charizard, okay. There's energy on the Charmeleon. I'm not sure I like the energy to the Charmeleon. I feel like a good play from Justin here would be to go Radiant Greninja, KO Charmeleon, KO Pidgey. And then go Iono, Palkia Punch, Charizard. Feels like a pretty good line here from Justin. Now, will Justin be able to actually pull off the Radiant Greninja play this turn with the Owls going to the bottom of the deck? That's going to be the question, of course. I mean, Palkia Punch, the active, also, I guess, is fine here. You're not going to die. Well, I guess Dusknoir could get involved. You could die. Palkia gets pushed. I see an Ultra Ball and a Water Energy in hand. And a Vessel, okay. Actually, that's a pretty decent setup here, it looks like. The question at this point, I think, is more so what play does Justin go for? And it looks like Punch with Palkia seems to be the play that Justin's lining up for here. Just Punchy active with Palkia. I mean, I guess you could Punchy active. How does this go? Punchy active. KO the active. The thing is, the Duskull is the annoying part here at this point, I feel like. Dusknoir from Gabriel. Gabriel, it's very likely that Gabriel is going to have to punch the Palkia next turn, which is something Gabriel doesn't want to do, but that might be how this goes on the following turn. And we did see Justin push up the Palkia, which I think is a pretty big tell that Justin plans to attack with Palkia this turn, and not go for the Greninja play. Otherwise, he probably would have pushed something up with 1 retreat cost, one of the Hoot Hoots, to retreat into the Radiant Greninja. So I think it's a pretty big tell that we're going with the Palkia punch here. Just to get a hit in. I guess you could look for the... Well, no, because the thing is you have to use Palkia's V-Star power this turn. So you're not 100% locked out of... Oh, I was eyeing up the Noctowl now. Hold up. There's the Owl. Not going to go for the Iono here. Okay. I thought we'd maybe just see like Palkia off the Ultra Ball plus Iono, plus what's it called. Wait, Justin's getting too far ahead of himself. He didn't get 2 items off the Owl. Did Justin forget to get 2 trainers off the Owl? Okay, are we good? I wasn't sure if they're gonna like hold, because he took the Palkia. I wasn't sure if they're gonna hold him to hit. Now he's playing the Irida, but it seems pretty chill. Palkia and Poffin being searched out. Yeah, so it's once again still just gonna be that punch on the active. No, it's still in the deck. Yeah, it seems fine. I don't think it's a big deal. But I was worried for a second. All right, Poffin coming out. Gonna get 1 more Hoot. Maybe only just 1 Hoot, and then gonna get the Radiant Greninja off of the Nest Ball. Honestly, this feels like a pretty mid-turn. You're also whiffing the attachment for turn here, Justin. You're not getting the attachment down. You like to like start to build up the Radiant Greninja, I feel like, at this point through manual attachments, but we are whiffing the manual attach with this sequence here. We didn't have access to another energy anyway, so it's like always the load up. Sure. There's the punch. I mean, I guess we could have gotten... It's possible to have gotten like a Vessel there maybe from Justin instead of like the Poffin. But if you only have 1 Hoot Hoot in play, then it becomes like a pretty straightforward target from Gabriel. Gabriel just goes Candy, Dusknoir, KO your lone Hoot Hoot. But even in this situation, Candy, Dusknoir, KO, Hoot Hoot's still pretty good. But KO and the Greninja is also good here from Gabriel with the Dusknoir. And like I mentioned, I don't think Gabriel wants to punch the active. But would have to have like a boss in hand to get around it, because Counter Catcher's not live. We can't turn Counter Catcher on. It would have to be literally a boss. And I think you'd probably go after a Hoot Hoot here. The Greninja is tempting, though. Like, the Greninja's kind of annoying. Does have the boss. Goes for the Greninja, okay. Ignores the owls for now. I guess the Greninja, the threat of the Greninja was active next turn, right? Because of E-Switch, so. Oh, I guess Greninja also could on KO active KO Charmeleon next turn as well. Through E-Switch. I don't believe Justin can actually... I think Justin only plays one E-Switch, but I don't know. If Justin does play 2 E-Switch, the Greninja play would still be live here for Justin. To go... I don't even know what you send up. The Charizard has to stay in the active, so you can't use Prime Catcher as your Switch card. I don't know if this deck plays a Switch. You could go like... I mean, out of this hand, I don't think it's possible. But theoretically, Kieran, E-Switch, E-Switch attach. Honestly, Iono Knockout... Plus, yeah, Iono plus Knockout is not terrible for how underdeveloped Gabriel's board is. Like, Gabriel just has a Charmeleon. That's it. Another Owl off the top. Good Night Stretcher for the Radiant Greninja. Yeah, I think you do probably, right? Night Stretcher for Radiant Greninja. Try and get an attachment down to it. And then KO in the active. Still, Gabriel will not be able to play Counter Catcher around it or one-hit KO it. Unless Candy Dusknoir is also found. From Justin here, I think you should probably Night Stretcher for the Radiant Greninja and try and attach to it, so you can threaten that still on the following turn. And then just go for the Palkia knockout on the active. That seems decent to me. I guess one question here from Justin should be, do you actually want to Iono? I guess should be a question here. Goes for the Trumpet to the Rapper goes. I guess, do you maybe not Iono because of Gabriel's turn? Because of what Gabriel did on the last turn. Should you ever not Iono? That could be a question here, actually. Night Stretcher's coming out, but he's going to go for the Noctowl instead. I don't know. Once again, I don't know how many E-Switch Justin plays. Oh, is Thornton ever... Oh, wait, could we Thornton into it? We just sign up to research. The Thornton play would be sick here, though. Could we Thornton into Greninja? Thornton into Greninja. Switch... Wait, hold on, is it possible? Thornton, Greninja, switch, attach, E-Switch. I mean, it's possible, because we could get Ultra Ball Thornton off of the... But I don't know how many... I don't know if there's a switch in this deck. I guess it has to be Prime Catcher, maybe. Was Prime prized? Prime is prized. That might be the only switch card. I actually don't know. There's a switch? I mean, that seems like a pretty good play, then, from Justin. It would eat up a lot of your resources, but you'd still have Palkia with an energy left. Oh, you need Vessel as well to get your attachment. Maybe that would be too much, to be honest. It might be too much. Oh, you'd also have to get another Night Stretcher. That seems like way too much, actually. The more I think about it, the harder it seems. Because you'd also have to play you'd also have to play Night Stretcher to recover the Greninja. It was possible, though. It was possible. All right, here comes the Fez for 3. Off the Nest Ball. Another Area 0. Another Owl. The Owl's a big one. 2 Owls in hand, so... Unless this hand gets Iono'd from Justin, Justin can basically do anything next turn. He's going to bench the Mew as well, and then take this knockout. All right. Hand here for Gabriel is fine. We have Nest Ball if we want to get Pheasantipity. We also have just Ultra Ball and Candy, though. Putting Fez in play would be another 2-prize liability and would allow Justin to go like KO 2-prizer, KO 2-prizer. Of course, Gabriel could get Candy, Dusknoir plus Briar involved. And once again, Gabriel's trying to avoid knocking out the active here. I don't think Gabriel wants to KO the active here. Or excuse me. Gabriel wants to KO the active. Gabriel currently can't KO the active, but would like to KO the active. That's what I'm trying to say. KO the active is fine. You just currently can't KO it. But Candy Dusknoir would get us there. Candy Dusknoir from Gabriel would get there. You could just punch the active with the Dusknoir. Or even just Dusclops would get there as well. Alright. Looks like a decent draw off the... What is that card in the back of the hand? Urz? What's an Urz? Urzi? Is that Briar? I don't know what the full out Briar looks like. It is Briar? Okay. We should have access to Candy Dusknoir here. Or, excuse me. We have access to Candy Dusknoir. We should have access to Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard. I don't know how many candies we have, though. I don't know how many Pokemon we can candy out here. At least one. One can at least be candied. Looks for Stretcher Defiance. And then has Ultra Ball. So it can be Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard from Gabriel here. Is discarding the Dusknoir over the Pidgey? When are we ever using this Pidgey? The Dusknoir has potential. I feel like the Pidgey has none. Oh, we don't even need Candy Charizard. It's a Charmeleon. Dude, I'm just like tripping. Wait, so I think Gabriel just has the play. Unless I'm tripping. I have been tripping. I think Gabriel has the play. To KO the active here. Gabriel can literally get Candy Pidgeot, and then Pidgeot search out Dusclops. Dusclops pop on the active. Charizard 1 and KO the active. And then, so I guess at that point, you don't need the Dusknoir. It still sounds better than the Pidgey. Like, the Dusknoir still seems better than the Pidgey, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. And then, yeah, gets the Dusclops off the Pidgeot. And gonna pop the Pidgeot, put the damage on the active, then Charizard KOs the active. Gabriel goes down to 2 prize cards remaining. Does a play even exist at this point for Justin? Okay, I guess Pidgey was going to the Lost Zone. Okay, I guess it makes more sense to, if we're gonna play the vacuum, you want to Lost on the Pidgey before you Lost on your Dusknoir. So I guess it makes sense. Oh, I guess this Dusclops damage doesn't need to go on the active because you do have Defiance Band here. You could Dusclops to the bench and then Defiance Band knock out the active. So you can put the 5 on like the Terrapagos, maybe? I don't know if it really matters. Because 3 prize cards have been drawn for Justin, so this damage is probably irrelevant. Actually, no, the 50 should go on the Mew, right? So then you could go Candy Dusknoir, Dusknoir KO Mew. Yeah, so the 50 should probably go to the Mew here. There's the knockout. I guess this plays around Brave Charm? Friar Turtle knockout Rotom? Friar Turtle knockout Rotom. Oh, shoot, you're right. Justin does win, but Justin prized Prime Catcher. Does Justin play Counter Catcher? That'd be the question now. Does Justin play Counter Catcher? No Briar? Oh, no Briar? Oh, never mind. Wait, really? You guys don't play Briar? It seems like it would have to be like a necessity. No Counter Catcher either. So no plays, no big plays available then. No Counter Catcher, no Briar. What does Justin even have a play here then? I guess is the question. I don't even know if Justin has a play then. I think the game might just be over on the sports state then. As soon as after Gabriel's turn, then the game's just over if none of those cards exist. I guess Gabriel has 2 prize cards left. It looks like Justin was thinking about hitting with the Fan Rotom, which I guess you could do. You could punch him with Fan here. Catcher, no Briar, no Catcher, no Briar, no Cash. Yeah, I mean, this one is basically cooked then at this point. But yeah, if there was, I mean, there's just not those cards. Who knows if Justin would be there here, though, if the deck was different, right? So... I don't know. Yeah, Gabriel just needs boss to win. So if Gabriel just has boss, the game is over here. As for 3. I guess the last 2 prize cards could be boss, right? That's one thing that Justin could be betting on here, is Gabriel's last 2 prize cards could both be boss's orders. But even then, Justin needs to draw 3 prize cards, so Gabriel could just set up another Charizard. Yeah, there's the boss. Yeah, this seems pretty tough, to be honest. Even with like Briar and Counter Catcher. I mean, I was saying like the matchup would be super favored or anything, or it'd be like fine. It would still be an unfavorable matchup, I think, even if you had like those cards. I kind of assumed that Briar was in the deck. Countercatcher, I wasn't sure on. I just kind of assumed Briar was in there. It'll be a tough one. Does get to go first now, though. That's the big part in this matchup is definitely going first, because getting off the Radiant Greninja play possibly before a Charizard gets candied into play is the big deal. I wonder if now I like think back to that turn where Justin could have done the Greninja play maybe, and I wonder if it was possible. And if it was possible, it feels like Justin should have gone for it. The Thornton. Oh, because we were gonna do it through Thornton, right? I think it was possible because of the Thornton, because we didn't actually need the Night Stretcher. Yeah. I feel like Justin should have gone for that play. I don't know if it was 100% possible though. From Justin, I don't know if the Thornton play was the Thornton into Radiant Greninja play was possible, but it looked like it was possible, to be honest. It would have been a huge investment, and it would have left Justin with just like one Palkia with one energy after that. But you would have KO'd Charizard and Charmeleon, because we did hit for 240, I believe, or yeah, 240. So then it should have KO'd the active. And the deck does play a switch, right? Because there was 240 on it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that play was possible from Justin, to be honest. The Thornton play. I have to go back and rewatch the turn. I don't think so. With the number of cards in hand, it was actually possible, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either. With the Night Stretcher for the Owl, though, well, the thing is, like, we could have got Pheasantipity as well, though, right? We could have gone Night Stretcher for Owl for Ultra Ball plus Nest Ball for Pheasantipity, maybe, and then you Dippity first, and then the Ultra Ball becomes second Owl afterwards to hopefully draw one piece off Dippity plus cards for the Ultra Ball, and then maybe it was possible. All right, still potential for the comeback, though. Like I said, going first is a big deal, but this does mean if Justin is able to win this one, potentially off the back of a big Radiant Greninja play, Gabriel will be going first in Game 3. Azulazard was full HP when the Greninja play turn was possible? No, it had 240 damage on it. I just went back and looked at it. It was 240 on it. That's the turn we wanted to use the Greninja, was after we punched the active Charizard for 240. All right, here we go. Looks like concealed cards are being used. It'd be funny if they just held that angle for that camera for the whole time. No Palkia, though. Oh my gosh. The Palkia whiff is huge. Honestly, the hand just kind of sucks. It's got an Owl, Double Stretcher, Thornton, and a Research. And things are looking pretty good here for Gabriel. Here comes the Arvin. There's no threat of... there is a small threat of the Moonlight Shuriken. It is very, very small. You would need Thornton into Palkia, Palkia V-Star, 2 more water energy in the... It's like not possible. So, yeah, Gabriel doesn't need to go triple Charmander here because there's no threat of the Greninja play. And even if the threat of the Greninja play existed, as long as Gabriel had like a comfortable Thornton line out of the hand, then you could just like not play around it and then play towards Thornton. But pretty much optimal turn 2 here from Gabriel. Double Charmander, Duskull, Pidgey, and the Rotom coming down for some draw power. Of course, you don't want to put Rotom in play, but it's fine. Draw some cards. Doing one last search. Little Shuriken. You know what it is. Got a Shuriken him. Think Gabriel will have instant success in Masters? Probably, yeah. I'd imagine so. It'd be hard for him not to. He's like the most successful senior player of all time. On like one of the biggest runs of all time. We've seen seniors have way less results than Gabriel and then immediately, like, you know, show up in Masters. So Gabriel will definitely probably have pretty instant success. There might be like one adjustment period of like a longer tournament day, but probably not. He'll probably be fine. He's gonna win LAIC and Masters next season. Is he a Master next season? Thinking about attaching active, does go for it, and then here comes a draw 3 from Rotom. Just in case you draw too many cards off of, or too many fire energy off your Rotom draw, or get Ioned into too many. Off and top deck there from Justin is a little bit late, but I guess better late than never. Can get another Hoot in play, maybe two. Maybe you just go for the quad Hoot and hope to find Terrapagos to expand your bench with the fit Palkia. But I think here as Justin, you're really just hoping that Gabriel has a slow turn too. But I think Gabriel's hand is pretty good over there. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, you at least want to go for one more Hoot here. You could go for two and hope to draw Terrapagos first. But probably to be safe, you probably just go for one. We'll see what Justin decides to go for. May as well get one though here, I feel like. Prize cards were nothing crazy. There was a Palkia V-Star prize, but I believe it does play a 2-2, so it should be fine. Do you think the best way to play Charizard is inserting Sparks? I have no clue. Is it the Terrapagos build like Pertusi played? Fernando's Stamp List or Jackson Ford Secret Box? Oh, they all seem mid. I don't know. The Terrapagos way is probably not the best way to play the deck. I guess I'll say that. I don't think the Terrapagos way to play the deck is the best way to play the deck. Alright, there's the research from Justin. And it is pretty... I mean, double Night Stretcher and a Noctowl going down does not feel good. There's the 7. Palkia was found. I do not believe a Vessel was found. There were some other Pokemon search cards found, though. Ultra Ball and a Noctowl. Iona for next turn. So there's stuff for next turn. Got plays. Couldn't you wear a suit like an official caster on Championship Sunday? I don't actually own a suit. So, well, I guess I mean, it doesn't mean I couldn't. I guess I'd have to go get a suit. Next time. Next time. Probably not, though. Is there an age where you're automatically in Masters? Or could someone that's 40 be in Seniors? No. The age divisions are determined by age. There's the Palkia and pass. And you're really hoping Gabriel has a slow turn here, but I don't think that's going to happen. There's the Arvin. I see the Force Seal Stone in hand. So at least Candy Charizard is coming out here for Gabriel. Defiance Band, Dark Candy searched off the Arvin. Force Seal Stone already in the hand. Of course, you're looking for Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard, but I think you would settle for Candy Charizard here if that's all you're able to pull off. We'll see what Gabriel's fully able to set up, though. I guess there could be an argument for just going Candy Pidgeot and then ignoring Charizard for a turn, but I'm pretty sure Gabriel's got it all here. As we see the Quick Search coming in, there's a Charizard is in the hand, so here comes the Candy, and Candy Charizard is on the way. Then gonna take this first KO on the Radiant Greninja. Could attach another energy to the bench Charmander. Don't really need to do that though. Could just hold it. Leon, I think, makes the most sense. see what Gabriel goes for. Thinking about attaching it. So we could see the same play here come out from Justin. The problem is it's going to be a ton weaker because the Pidgeot's set up at this point. Like when Justin went for like the 240 into the threat of the Radiant Greninja, Pidgeot was not in play. But now Pidgeot is in play. So Quick Search is going to give Gabriel a lot more options turn to turn. Make it pretty tough to ever kind of have a moment for Justin kind of lock Gabriel out of Charizard, which was like, yeah, that was like possible on that previous game at some point. There we go. There's the KO. All right, so like I said, I think Justin's play here is just going to be attack with Palkia, punch the active Charizard, but that feels pretty terrible. Pushes the Hoot Hoot though. Hold up. We do have some big plays going down here. Ooh, can we go or bench Pokemon? No. Well, hold up. No, wait. 260. Oh, we can fill our bench. What am I thinking? Dude, I just mathed so poorly on that last game. 220. We could KO the Pidgeot, right? Yeah, Prime Judge, kill Pidgeot. Okay. Now that's a play for sure. Prime Judge, kill Pidgeot definitely seems pretty solid here. Dude, my math was so bad with the Palkia math on that last game. I was like, no, Palkia caps out at like, it's like impossible to KO Charizard. It's not that bad. It's not that hard. Wait, no, it is that hard. I'm trolling. It is pretty hard. You're never KOing a Charizard. Wait. You can KO a Charizard. It's just very unlikely. It doesn't have any Chien Pao? No Chien Pao. Need Vitality? You don't need Vitality, but Gabriel would probably have to overbench, basically. Full Polk bench, 4 Zard bench, Kieran. Yeah. It's a lot. It would be, it's a lot. All right, here comes the Vessel from Justin. Has an Ultra Ball in hand and has the Prime Catcher. And you would definitely like to judge here, but already has an Iono in the hand, so I wonder if Justin will just go for the Iono. I also don't know how many cards are in Gabriel's hand. You could also just KO the Pidgeot and not actually play a supporter, which would be fine. I don't know how many cards Gabriel has. If Gabriel has a lot of cards in hand, then one more Ultra Ball in the hand there for Justin. Could have Ultra Balled for Pheasantipity first, then drawn with Pheasantipity, then played Ultra Ball, I guess. Might just be going into the Iono or Prime first and then Iono, and then hoping to get enough basics off that. The Area Zero did stick for Justin, so that's already in play. Yeah, it is just going to be the Iono played here. So no Judge, which would have been a little bit more impactful. Has to settle for the Iono. Get 6 new cards, and then does need just 2 bench Pokemon here at this point to get the KO. There's a Nest Ball. That can be for the Pheasantipity to draw more cards. There's a Noctowl. So pretty good options here. Also has an Ultra Ball for probably next turn. Not going to be using it this turn. You also probably don't want to overbench here. And then you probably still want the threat of the Radiant Greninja play as well, if possible. So getting Greninja in play. That way you could Palkia to 2 to the active Palkia and then 1 to the Radiant Greninja. So you can actually threaten the Radiant Greninja attack on the following turn is probably worth it here from Justin. Fetch draw first. Ugh. No energy. Does have Noctowl in the hand though still. You could Noctowl for a Vessel, possibly. I'm not sure how many energy are in the discard pile right now. I feel like you'd want the threat of Radiant Greninja. 1, 2. There is 3. Okay, there is 3. But still, attachment for turn would still be nice as well. Oh, the Radiant Greninja's in the discard pile. We do have the Night Stretcher, though. Yeah, Night Stretcher for Greninja. I guess we don't have to attach for turn to the Greninja. Between, oh, sorry, it did just get knocked out last turn. I'm tripping. Between E-Switches and Whistles, we should be able to pull off or Trumpets, excuse me. Why do I always call it Whistles? Trumpets, we should be able to pull off a knockout next turn. We don't need to bench this Palkia from Justin. Does go for the bench anyways. All right, so the draw engine has been dealt with. But Countercatcher is online here for Gabriel. Gabriel really just needs to find like another Charizard. And then it's going to be tough for Justin to win from there, I feel like. If Gabriel just sets up one more Charizard. Board is starting to get picked apart here as well. Vacuum to the area 0. Justin gets rid of the Fan Rotom, the Palkia, and the Noctowl. We'll see how good of a hand Gabriel has, though. If there's no Gust effect here. Ooh, this works as well, though. Yeah, the hand is pretty bad here. Pops the Dusclops. 5 on the active does make it so the Charizard actually now KOs the Palkia. So Justin was definitely hoping that the Palkia survived a turn. There's a Thornton. The Rotom into the Duskull. Get that 2 prize liability out of play. Oh, wait, hold on. Not going with Duskull. We're going to go with the Pidgey. The possibility of Pidgeot moving forward. Does have the Dusknoir in hand. Yeah, Gabriel does have Dusknoir in hand. If you do draw into a Candy, whether it be the top deck or the prize cards, Candy Dusknoir becomes a possibility. There's a knockout on the Palkia. We're going down to 3 prize cards remaining for Gabriel. Gabriel does just need, and did get Unfair Stamp off the prize cards. There was also a Pidgeot prize alongside Arvin. The Palkia was discarded by Justin. So this turn from Justin can go Radiant Greninja, KO the 2 bench Pokemon, go down to 1 prize card. But then the problem from there is Gabriel knocks out the active, and then Justin has like no way to win the game. I guess that from there Justin could go. What could Justin actually do? What's the maximum damage Palkia can do on our side? 220. Hey, attacking with Radiant Greninja here just isn't even that good. I feel like Justin should actually probably just punch the active with Terapagos and Iono. Yeah, I feel like the play here from Justin should be punch with Terapagos, Iono into knockout, maybe Iono again. Yeah, doing the Radiant Greninja play doesn't do anything because we get down to 1 prize card, but then Gabriel just attacks with the lone Charizard and wins. Punch Zard KO Dusk. I guess maybe you could do that. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You could go attack with Greninja here. Okay, so you could still attack with Greninja. You just need to punch the active and KO the Duskull. Okay, yeah, that seems good. And then ideally Iono as well, right? If we can get Iono involved with that. Oh, wait, but no, we're not doing enough damage with Terapagos on the next turn then, though. Oh, no, we do 240, right? Because we'll have 2 water energy on it. No, okay, that works, yeah. Also we need to find that Iono this turn. But I think I see it in the hand there. All right, Trumpets in. Onto the Ghost. E-switch to the active. Has a couple more cards that could be played. A couple Ultra Balls in the hand. Stuff like that. There's a Heavy Ball as well. Gives up the Palkia here. Which I think we're definitely out of Palkia Vs. I think we might also be out of Night Stretchers at this point. What about Briar for Gabriel? That would open up the Briar play from Gabriel, but maybe you just have to give that to Gabriel, because otherwise, how do you play? How would you ever play the turn? I guess you could play the turn by going Terapagos Punch active, Iono, and then Gabriel KOs you, and then you Iono to 1 plus KO. I think you put Gabriel on having the Briar, to be honest. I think this play makes more sense. I don't know if Justin's used the Pheasant Dipper or not. I wasn't paying close enough attention. We still have the Mew for draw power as well. Oh, we do get 3 here from Gabriel. For some reason I thought it was 2. I don't know why I thought it was 2. There's the Pheasant Dipper draw. Oh, wait, no, Gabriel has 3 prize cards left. So even if Justin goes down to 2, Gabriel would need Countercatcher and Briar. Yeah, you need Countercatcher and Briar. That seems fine. Hoot to the bench. I think has a Trumpet in hand. I don't know if there's a reason to use it right now. You could, I guess, in case you're going to get Iono'd. Oh, there might not be any energy in there. I'm gonna go with the concealed cards here. We do have the Trumpet in the hand to work with, so probably makes sense. Burn this Vacuum here as well. Just vacuum away the 4 Sealstone off the bench just to burn a card out of hand. I don't know what's in the hand though. I don't know if there's that many bad cards. Let's for a Trumpet immediately. So both Terapagos are set up. And then here comes the Snipe play. 90 active, 90 Duskull. Okay, yep. And we set up for the 2-hit on the active. Now, if Gabriel has Counter Catcher Briar, Gabriel does win. I did see an Ultra Ball top deck there. But it does have to be Counter Catcher and Briar. Just Briar itself isn't enough. 3 Trumpet? That's a lot of Trumpets. 2 or 3 of them. There's at least 2. I think it is 3, though. Wait, does Gabriel not just have Game? Counter Catcher Fez, and there's an Ultra Ball. Oh, wait, wait, where's Briar and Luminion in this situation? Counter Catcher Fez, Knockout, plus Iono. This is still a pretty powerful turn here from Gabriel. Did we discard Briar at the beginning of the game, maybe? I don't even remember. 2 prize cards drawn. Could have been something prized as well. It wasn't prized. All right, let's see what Justin can put together here. Justin needs 2 bench Pokemon and a water energy. That's 2 bench Pokemon. Here comes the Mew for 2. There's an Ultra Ball in hand. The Ultra Ball can go get Noctowl. I don't know if Noctowl has a guarantee, but we're probably pretty close. There's a Vessel. I think that's it. I think Justin has game here. All right, going to game 3. I think he missed it. He does play Briar. Does he even play Briar? He would have had that Ultra Ball the Counter Catcher, right? No, I believe it was a 4-card hand. It was a 4-card hand because we Iono to 3+ top deck. So Counter Catcher, Ultra Ball, Briar. Luminion might have been discarded or used. Or Briar was maybe discarded. One of those cards was maybe discarded there from Gabriel. Gabriel maybe didn't have access to those cards. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, Gabriel plays all the pieces. Gabriel plays... Well, Luminion wasn't... Luminion maybe got discarded. No, I think... I think Gabriel maybe did have the play. Well, while they shuffle up for game 3, we're on an ad. And then... I want to go like... I want to know. Did the Briar get discarded? This is game 2, right? Yeah. Wouldn't have got discarded on this first turn, though. Yeah, it's going to be too hard to go back and look. Yeah, maybe got discarded. Luminion or it maybe got discarded. All right, we do get a game 3 here. We still have yet to see an early Radiant Greninja from Justin. Maybe we'll finally see. But the late game Radiant Greninja there, that was fine. It worked out, right? Did they ever release the list from Seniors on Limitless? Yeah, they do eventually. Maybe he doesn't play Luminion. I doubt it. It's possible. I honestly, it feels like the only lists that don't play Luminion ever are like the lists from Japan. They sometimes don't have Luminion in there. They have like 2 Rotoms or whatever. All right, here we go. Setting up for game 3. I assume we'll have Gabriel going first here. I thought you said London Frog. Briar was in discard, I think. Just watch back. Okay, okay. Oh, did Gabriel go Rotom Pass? I feel like Gabriel just went Rotom. Dude, why? Dude, come on. Actually, don't keep it here. At this point, keep it there. I don't want to see anything anyways. Yeah, Gabriel went Rotom Pass. Ditto start here for Justin. So all the flexibility in the world. I mean, this is what you want. Doing the first nest ball search here, so they should show us the prize cards soon. This is exactly what you want here from Justin. going to this game 3. Really slow start from Gabriel. No Charmander's down. No threat of a turn 2 Charizard. And now you can try and get that threat of the turn 2 Radiant Greninja going. Double Iono Thornton, double Water. It's not terrible. It seems fine. Thornton turn 2 and we fine. That'd be a pretty crazy draw from Gabriel. Plenty of time left as well. There's 27 minutes left, so. Let's see what Justin pulls off this nest ball here. Definitely trying to find Palkia. Going for Mew? That's not a good sign. If Justin is taking Mew off the nest ball here, that's got to be a really bad sign, right? Ends up on Terapagos, but was considering Mew there. Here comes an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball probably going to get the Palkia V then, I would assume. And then it might just be turn Ditto into Fan Rotom and use Fan Rotom and then pass. From Justin here. We'll see. Oh no, Ultra Ball for Fan Rotom. Okay, the Ditto is going to become the Palkia probably. But then we have but then we have a Palkia in the active with 2 Retreat as opposed to a Fan Rotom in the active with... Well, that's incorrect then, right? That feels like a mistake there from Justin. I think there's a Hoodoo in hand. I feel like we should go for double Noctowl here as well. Justin does play Switch and Kieran, but it's like that much more you need to... Because, like, yeah, harder treating the active is just, like, just easier. Now the Ditto becomes the Palkia, I assume. But it feels like it would have been better to Ultra Ball for Palkia and turn the active to a Fan Rotom, right? This makes no sense. I feel like this makes no sense here from Justin to do it like this. Because having the... Well, actually, I don't know. I guess if you... It depends if you plan to attack with Palkia next turn or if you want to attack with Radiant Greninja. But I feel like the threat, having the higher threat level of the Radiant Greninja just makes way more sense. Because you want to, like, be able to KO double Charmander or something like that. Plays the Area 0. I wonder how many stadiums Gabriel plays. Justin has been playing these Area Zeros super aggressively. So I wonder if Justin does Gabriel like only play Vacuum and like no Collapse, no Jamming Tower? I feel like that's maybe... I feel like that's why Justin is being so aggressive with these Area Zeros. It's because he knows the count of stadium removal that Gabriel plays. And it can't be very high. Ultra Ball for Charmander is not a good sign here for Gabriel's beginning of the turn. It might be fine. It might be fine. But generally... Your Charmanders want to come from Buddy Poffins, so yeah, generally you don't want to be Ultra Balling for Charmander. He doesn't have to go Greninja if Gabriel's already behind. I don't know if that's true though, because like a 1 Charizard can trade like 2 for 4 pretty easily. Like you can't 1-hit KO Charizard, but Charizard 1-hit KOs you. Like you want to initially set the tempo with Greninja. Like Palkia KO Rotom turn 2 does not mean you're winning the prize trade, right? You're not all of a sudden winning the prize trade just because you go turn 2 Palkia KO Rotom, because Gabriel's other 2 prize Pokemon have way more HP than that. Ninja seems too good at this moment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have to attack with Greninja turn 2, but just the possibility of the Greninja turn 2, I think we want to like heavily play towards that. So if we have Fan Rotom in our active, it's a little bit easier to retreat a Fan Rotom into a Ninja than a Palkia into a Ninja. So I think it just makes sense to have the Fan Rotom in the active here instead of the Palkia. Why do you not Luminion for Arvin? He maybe thinks it's too many liabilities, or just has an Iono in hand and is content with the Iono. And I do see the Iono in the hand here, so it is just going to be an Iono from Gabriel. There it is, Iono. But it was a what, a 2-card hand from Justin? I think a 2 or a 3-card hand. Maybe Luminion would have been better, but was definitely trying to avoid putting too many liabilities in play. Oh, this also puts the owls on the bottom of the deck, though, right? Or puts the owl on the bottom of the deck. I wonder if that makes sense, though, for this kind of situation. Benching a Ninja allows him to Dusknoir, maybe? I mean, I wasn't saying to bench the Greninja, but you could just Night Stretcher for the Greninja back if your opponent Dusknoirs it. Yeah, we're never benching Greninja in this situation. Greninja was never making its way to the bench in this situation. It's just the choice between putting Fan Rotom in the active or Palkia in the active is what we had the option of. Wasn't it all Noctowl in hand? I think it was research Noctowl. I could be wrong. Maybe it was just 2 Noctowl. I thought it was research Noctowl in the hand, but I could be mistaken. Maybe it was just 2 Noctowls. Maybe Justin also knows about the Iono count and only gets 1 owl because. Well, I think there was 2 owl. Well, maybe it wasn't 2 owl then. I think it was research though, so you don't want too many owls in your hand with your research, I would assume. All right, here comes Rodent for 3 after retreating to the Charmander. Now, see, this is where you want Palkia, right? I can't imagine you'd want anything besides... Excuse me. This is where you want a Greninja, right? Greninja, KO double Charmander, force Gabriel to have the Thornton play, right? Just be like, all right, double knockout. If you have Thornton, you got it. But if you don't, you're in trouble. I think you just kind of put that on Gabriel here for sure, to have the Thornton play. Like I was saying, getting there is a little bit harder now that we have a Palkia interactive instead of a Fan Rotom. It's like has to involve some kind of switch now, or some kind of like whistle play. Yeah, it would involve a lot more. Gabriel Prize Thornton. Oh, did he? Oh shoot, this could be huge then. If Justin can actually pull off the play. It's like almost game ending, possibly. Here comes owl number 1. What are going to be the grabs? Last whistle. Dude, I always call it whistle. Trumpet. Going for Irida and Vessel. I mean, it's a pretty calculated take there, so I have to imagine Justin has the play with this take. Otherwise, you wouldn't do this. You would do something else. Here comes Irida. I assume we're going to get second Vessel and Radiant Greninja here. We'll see, though. There's Radiant Greninja. We have another Vessel. It's for Ultra Ball. Oh, no. Are we missing an energy? We have the other Vessel in hand. Was it prized? Could have been prized. Vessel's away the Kieran. So we're losing the ability to be able to 1-KO a Charizard moving forward for sure with the lack of that Kieran. 2 waters found off the Vessel. Ultra Ball for second owl, I guess. Oh, true. We could do that, yeah. Shouldn't we have like concealed cards first, though? I think we should. No, maybe not, because we want to conceal cards the energy. I guess this works. This also means we can keep our Prime Catcher, right? We can like grab Switch here instead. Yeah, so we get to keep Prime here, which seems pretty good. And then we do have to Vessel away the Glass Trumpet, though, which that seems kind of mid. But I think this deck does play 2 or 3 Glass Trumpet, so it shouldn't be terrible. All right, Vessel number 2 coming in. All right, it's happening. So the play is guaranteed for sure. The question is, what else does Justin do with the rest of the turn? I would assume we would probably just attach to Palkia, but you could put 4 energy on Greninja is probably bad because like Dusknoir KO Greninja is a possibility. So you probably want to attach to Palkia here as Justin, because otherwise just evolving to Dusknoir removes the 2 energy Greninja from there. We have a concealed card still to use here as well. Concealed cards is still coming in. All right, there's the concealed cards. Ooh, another water energy is not bad. The rest of the hand's pretty mid, but actually with that Nest Ball, you could get the Mew and start to draw some cards back up with the Mew here. You'd be able to draw 2 cards, or actually just 1 card with Mew. But it's probably worth it, I would imagine. We'll see what Justin goes for off this Nest Ball. I guess it's going to be the Mew. Or another Hoot Hoot? Okay. Well, I mean, the hand's dead, though, besides Prime Catcher Energy. I feel like going for Mew for draw +1 there makes a little bit more sense than the Hoot Hoot, but... I mean, Noctowls are very good. We just don't have any of them in hand. All right, here comes Star Portal. Greninja gets loaded up. And like I said, I think we should probably attach to Palkia here. Yep. And there's the switch. We get to save our Prime Catcher, which is huge. And KO on the double Charmander. Justin is set up pretty well here. Pidgeot push here from Gabriel. I imagine that means that there is Candy Pidgeot in hand. But like someone said in chat, wait. Justin's Thornton was prized. Okay, Gabriel's Thornton is also prized. So both players prize Thornton. There is no possibility of Charizard here from Gabriel. So Gabriel has to go get double Charmander down again. Gabriel has to get double Charmander down again. You got to get triple Charmander to be super safe, though, to be honest, because Justin could have attach E-Switch. Attach Trumpet E-Switch would be even worse. Actually, that would be the play that Justin wants here, because you don't want to, like, remove the energy off the Palkia. So you'd want to go Trumpet E-Switch here, plus attach from Justin. That'd be pretty tough to deal with. Like, Gabriel needs to get... Gabriel, like, it feels like Gabriel needs triple Charmander. Prize last Charmander. Wait, really? Oh my gosh, prize the third Charmander and Thornton. So can't even set up a board state where Justin can't mess with the Manders. Here comes a Nest Ball. There's no Charmander. Oh no, there's a Charmander. Oh, does Gabriel play 4 Charmander? Oh, Charmeleon is prized, not Charmander. Probably still only plays 3 Charmander. We do want to see all 3 on the bench here, though. Because otherwise you could just get Greninja again, and then Justin is just KO Rotom away from winning the game. Goes for a counter catcher on the Terrapagos. Try and slow things down a little bit here. And then the Unfair Stamp's going to come in. That's like another reason the Mew, I feel like, was better, actually. I didn't really think about this in the moment, but it's like another reason to have gotten Mew EX from Justin instead of the Hoot Hoot. Was if you get Unfair Stamped here, then you have more draw power on board to work with. But with this board state, though, from Justin is basically living off drawn into a Knock Towel to make a big play happen. If we had that Mew EX in play, we'd have a little bit more draw power to work with. What is the draw? Can't tell. Research would be a pretty good one, I guess. Iona would also be fun. Honestly, just drawing 4 cards from Iona wouldn't be terrible. All right, the Manders have been reestablished from Gabriel. Like I said, a third Charmander seems pretty good. Third Charmander seems pretty good here for Gabriel. But might not be able to get it. Doing a little resource check in here. What Justin has left. He's going to end this turn with a Rotom draw 3, obviously. Maybe if you have access to Dusknoir here, you would Dusknoir. I guess you would Dusknoir the Radiant Greninja, maybe, actually, if you had access to it. Gonna push up the Charmander. And draw 3 with Rotom. One final count. Yeah, honestly, Dusknoir KO Radiant Greninja doesn't seem bad. I don't know if Gabriel has access to it. Oh, we have 4 Sealstone. We do have access to it, I think. Like, guaranteed. Doesn't use the 4 Sealstone. Oh yeah, we could have KO'd the Greninja here. I feel like we should have, to be honest. Evolve to Dusknoir, KO Radiant Greninja, or get third Charmander somehow through the 4 Sealstone. I forgot about 4 Sealstone there. Alright, the hand here from Justin does have Nest Ball. This can become that Mew that I was talking about for some form of draw power. I guess if you had used Dusknoir, though, to get the knockout, then that does turn on the Pheasantipity draw from Justin, but that might be worth it, to be honest. Probably thinking about using Blazing Destruction. Oh, true. Yeah, the Blazing Destruction here with the Charmander. Well, actually, that wasn't terrible, to be honest. Yeah, just because you have Quick Search and 4 Sealstone, I think the Blazing Destruction was, like, the better play. Like, what if we went... Here comes the Night Stretcher for a Water Energy. Are we living off the concealed cards here, maybe? This is going to be a concealed cards. Has Thornton in hand and Area 0. Oh, Thornton Boss are the 2 cards in hand. This is not a very good hand here for Justin. Does not have any of the big plays that he was looking for. Blazing seems kind of mid because it turns Stretcher into an out for knocked. True, that is fair, yeah. Justin whiffs a big play this turn. There's the pass. All right, well, the Charizards are out now. Now things are going to get tough here. Yeah, the Stretcher for... I always forget about the Stretcher for Noctowl play. I think it is. I don't know. This is pretty tough now. Justin could go knockout Rotom, knockout Pidgeot still. Like, you could just KO both those Pokemon. And if Gabriel doesn't evolve the Charmander or the Dusclops next turn, then Justin could KO them with Radiant Greninja and then go for Rotom for the win after that. But there's the Turo on the Rotom. Didn't use Force Seal Stone though. Wait, has Gabriel used the Force Seal Stone? Am I tripping? Maybe it got used and Gabriel forgot to flip the thing. I feel like using Force Seal Stone there before we Turo it was probably correct. Also, doesn't Turo discard the Force Seal Stone? Yes, okay. Oh yeah, Gabriel definitely forgot to use it. Yep. Yeah, he forgot to use it. Definitely forgot to use it. Got a little bit ahead of himself. Thinking down the line of play, use Force Seal Stone, Turo. Goes back to his hand, uses Turo first. And then forgot to use the Force Seal Stone. Evolving. Okay, the Dusclops is out. Or the Dusknoir, excuse me. So that gets that out of Greninja range. If you can candy out this Charmander into a Charizard, then the board state looks pretty safe here from Gabriel. If Gabriel just has Candy Charizard here, like, I don't know how you lose. There's probably a way to lose. I just don't know what it is. That seems like pretty safe at that point from Gabriel. Candy Charizard tough without Force Seal Stone? It definitely is. All right, there's the knockout. We lose access to the area 0 here. Owls go to the discard pile. Same thing with the Fan Rotom. Mew gets pushed up. So this will let Justin kind of do the exact same play that he did on in the previous game, I feel like, where he can go, oh, but the hand is so bad. Is Justin going to do anything? The hand is terrible. Got Boss, Thornton, Trumpet, Stadium. Gee, yeah, can you do anything? Pop Dust to avoid Ninja on active and Mander, surely. Maybe. I don't know. How is he ninjaing this turn without E-Switch? I mean, he would need E-Switch if he's going to ninja this turn. I don't know if we're ninjaing this turn, though. It feels like we're doing nothing this turn. Retreat into the Mew or retreat into the Greninja. I think Justin's going to Thornton into Terapagos. With it, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Thornton to Terapagos, play the Trumpet, and then draw 1 with the restart of the Mew. But I don't even know what you're hoping for here. What are we even hoping for off this 1? Like a Iono? Can't tell what that was. An E-Switch, so we can punch with Palkia. But now Gabriel is just boss away from winning this game. Boss KO Terapagos off the bench and the boss KO Mew as the damage coming through here. We're looking at 2 hundo. There's a can we? No. Yeah, there could have been second Charizard in play here from Gabriel if Gabriel just used Force Seal Stone. But yeah, see, now it's actually Gabriel can't Gust and Candy Dusknoir or Candy Charizard, excuse me. Gabriel's misplayed. Oh, we could pop Dust. You could go Candy Charizard, pop Dusknoir active, KO active, right? Don't you just win? How do you lose that board state? Oh, we get Counter Catcher involved as well. No. This is fine. Yeah, Gabriel still has the exact same line set up. You can still get 2 Charizard and Gust this turn, or you could just pop Dusknoir on the active and KO the active, and it still works. Briar? You can't Briar this turn. By the way, if Justin ninja'd active and Mander, then he loses to Norbriar. Active and bench, Norbriar. Yeah, I guess. Might lose to Briar by Justin. Oh, Justin doesn't play Briar. Justin doesn't play Briar. And Gabriel, I think, knows that. So. All right, Charizard's in play. I guess you could also just like punch the Palkia and then Dusknoir next turn as well, right? There's nothing forcing Gabriel to actually pop the Dusknoir. You could do that, and that's still just as safe, I think. But it looks like is going for a more aggressive play here. He's popping the Nor now. But yeah, I think you could have left the Nor on the bench, to be honest. You just leave the Dusknoir on the bench. But this works. Gets rid of a Hoot Hoot. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. That's another misplay from Gabriel. Oh, no. He definitely wants to ping the Terrapagos because he wants to be able to use Counter Catcher here. Or not even Counter Catcher. He can just put Defiance Band on the active and then knock out the active. We still holding the Nor? He was still holding the Dusknoir, yeah. I'm actually curious, where was the Terrapagos on the bench on the last turn? Is that the place that the Terrapagos was in? Oh, they're forcing him to KO the Hoot Hoot. Oh, no. How bad could this get? Could this actually get that bad? Maybe this isn't that bad still. Got an Ultra Ball off the prize cards. Fine span to the bench, punch the active. I mean, this is what Justin wants. How, does this ever get really bad, though, for Gabriel? A big mistake there from Gabriel. Did not get the 2-prize knockout. Just goes for a 1-for-1 plus a punch. He has Briar, so it's okay for Gabriel. True, Gabriel does still have Briar. What if Justin has, like, Iono knockout? But does that ever lead to anything? It still doesn't matter, right? You load up Mew and Justin can win. Oh, true. Yeah, you can go knockout active Iono. And then Mew threatens the win, yeah. Alright, doesn't matter. Justin can take 2. Yeah, okay, Justin takes 2. So yeah, the play here from Justin is definitely load up Mew. But then Gabriel just goes Gus KO Mew, right? Even if Justin gets attached to Mew, you just lose to Gabriel still going just Gus KO Mew. Yeah. You also can't Briar on 1 prize card. Dude, I keep reading Briar in chat. I just gotta like stop and think. So Justin is taking the 2-prize knockout this turn, goes down to 1, and then you need Gabriel to knock out your Palkia, and then you have to knock out Gabriel's Zard with your Mew. Noctowl was found. Okay, we can Owl. We can get Iono Night Stretcher attached to Mew and play Iono and then hope that Gabriel doesn't see the line. That's the only thing I can think about. 2 E-Switch? 2 E-Switch would be the better play to go for. I think Justin only plays 1 E-Switch. I'm not 100% sure. Goes for Iono Nest Ball. That can become the Pheasantipity. Also, the E-Switch, I don't know where the E-Switch is. The E-Switch, I think, is actually prized, but I think Justin will be drawn into it. Here comes the Nest Ball. Think about Palkia instead of Pheasantipity. Are we going for... Oh, is Justin playing towards... Okay, the other line of play here, I guess, is Justin can go KO active and then Palkia KO Pidgeot. Wait, is that even... Do we even have enough bench space to do that? No, you can't even do that. You would need Gabriel to bench 2 Pokemon for you. Wait. I'm doing the math. No. Okay, Justin would have to attach. Oh, the E-switch is in the discard pile at this point, so it is probably cooked. There's really no way for Justin to win. Is there? I don't think so. The only other play that I kind of see, I don't like. We could have gotten Prime Catcher if Justin found Prime. Could have Prime punched the Pidgeot, and then boss up the. It's just not possible. Yeah, it's just not possible. There's no route, and then boss up the Charizard, and then ready like Thornton. Like it's just not possible. Yeah, I don't think there's actually a line here at all for Justin, despite the mistake there from Gabriel. I don't think there's a line. The board is just out of range. Everything's out of reach. Yeah, some pretty big arrows from Gabriel over the last 2 turns, but it just doesn't matter. Back stadium, discard Mew, Thornton into Mew if he goes to 1. Oh. Yeah, okay. No, but is the vacuum gone, though? I think the vacuum might be gone. Down to 1. And then Gabriel should countercatcher KO. Oh, actually, no, if you countercatcher KO Mew, then Thornton's online. Yeah, if you countercatcher KO the Mew, then the Thornton becomes possible. If Gabriel knows how many E-switch Justin plays, then Gabriel should know that the E-switch play is not possible. Thornton was already used to get a Terra. Oh, that is true. Thornton got used last turn. Oh, man, there's nothing. There's nothing. Goes for the counter catcher. Maybe he's going to KO the Hoot Hoot. Goes for the Mew KO. That does play around double E switch. There's the KO. And I'm pretty sure there's no possible way for Justin to win here. We'll see. Top deck's Prime. Has Prime Terrapagos in hand. And yep. There's a concede. Gabriel gets the dub. Definitely some mistakes. But yeah, that was definitely tough. It's a tough matchup. Once you get to a board state of just like big Pokemon, and like we saw Gabriel remove the Rotom from play. Remove the Rotom from play, and then yeah, and then there was just all big Pokemon from there. Dusknoir got used. No liabilities. Second LAIC win. Yeah, he won back-to-back years now, right? He won last year and this year. A senior of all time. No one's passing him. No, it's possible someone passes him in the future, I think, for sure. But it might take a while. It might take a while. We'll see. This is his last year, right? This is Gabriel's last year in seniors. Hopefully. He needs to give the other kids a chance. All right, now we got Masters coming up. This matchup is so bad for Palkia, even if Shuriken hits. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that much. All right, I'm gonna go get an energy drink and a snack. I'll be back in 5 minutes, chat. All right, here we go. Finals. Brent Tonneson, Miloslav Posledny. How do you pronounce Miloslav's last name? Posledny? Tried. I do what I could. I do what I can. All right, so mirror match. I think I give Miloslav the advantage. Miloslav does play the Gudra. So I think I give Miloslav the edge here overall. Only one judge. Oh, was the lot? Do we have multiple judges last time just because of translators? Yeah, the big differences is Miloslav has Gudra, Brent has Miloslav has Gudra, Brent has Radiant Charizard, but I think you give the edge. I think you give the edge to Miloslav. Also, the Noctowl, no Noctowl for Miloslav, which is optimal, of course. The Owls are really bad. And then we have Brent choosing to nerf himself by playing Noctowl. I don't know why, but yeah, the Australians have loved nerfing themselves recently with the Noctowls for whatever reason. Just trying to make it harder for them, you know. I think I give Miloslav the advantage here. No Owl plus Gudra, that's a dub. The Owl's like specifically kind of awkward, I guess, in the mirror match. Although I don't know how it's gonna play out fully, but like, both players are going to push Cleffa pretty aggressively, especially if you go second. So with that in mind, like putting another one prize Pokemon in play can lead to a 2-prize turn from one prizers, like KO Hoot Hoot plus Dragapult KO the Cleffa or something weird like that could come up. So those things are possible. Appreciate 3 months there, Gabe. Which like I don't know if Noctowl is going to be hitting the field in this match very often. Of course, it being benched when Cleffa does make its way into play, or when it doesn't make its way into play, excuse me, is still reasonable for the prize trade. So, all right, Bobby's giving him the breakdown. The players don't do any shenanigans. Minimize shenanigans. Also, I will say as well, the Gudra play, we saw the example of the maximum potential from the Gudra yesterday in Miloslav versus Daniel in top 4. But like if you don't put Squawkabilly in play, or you don't bench more than one Ogerpon, the Gudra's value, you can't really set up for like that Gudra board sweep play. It looks like Brent won the coin flip. And yesterday, we saw Miloslav and Daniel both choosing second in the mirror match, which makes sense. I think it's correct to go second in the mirror. We'll see what Brent chooses here in game 1. Because it looks like Brent did win the coin flip there. I don't know for sure. Maybe it was Miloslav, but it looked like Miloslav was deferring to Brent to pick something after flipping the coin. Why do you choose second? Just for a cleaner setup. Push Cleffa turn 1. Use Cleffa. Leave a 1 prizer on your active. And have the option of have the possibility for a cleaner turn 2. It doesn't have to involve like Legacy Star to find Prime, or hoping to have to draw Prime to get like a first 2-prize knockout. Radzard prize, Hoot Hoot prize, nothing. Oh, the Prime catcher for Miloslav. That's a big one, and it is in the last 2 prize cards. That is the big prize card there. Miloslav does prize the Prime catcher. Kyurem could be big as well, depending on how Brent draws. Kyurem could be a powerful option for Miloslav, but it is unlikely. Yeah, that's why going second is better. Gives us a little bit more control. If you start Drago and doesn't hit switch, kind of bad though. Yeah, if you do start the Drago and go second, it can be annoying. But the only way to KO the Drago is through the thing. Even in that scenario though, if you start Drago and go second, the only way to KO the Drago is with Tina. And if they Tina, they didn't Gudra, which means you Tina them back. but you Tina their energy and they did not Tina your energy. So you have the advantage in the resources, but the disadvantage in the prize trade. And because Milo doesn't play Radzard, it would be hard to recover in that endgame scenario. A little bit easier to recover if it was on Brent's side or something like that. All right, pawn. Accelerate 1 energy. Is there a Drago here for Miloslav? I see an Ultra Ball in the hand, I think. This is a Vessel going down, getting rid of the Dragapult. Brent did choose second, yeah. So Brent also opened the Squawk ability, so there's a possibility for the Motivate. The Motivate is not particularly good. Haxorus in either deck. Oh, that is true. That is true. Miloslav does play the Haxorus. So if Brent opens a Drago V, Miloslav can KO it without having to use Tina. Very true, very true. Yeah, the Squawk ability start, it gives you the option of the Motivate, which can be good, but it also takes away, or like kind of feeds that 2-prizer into Miloslav being able to go, okay, Gudra knockout, which takes away the Tina option on the next side from Brent. Still not using Gudra though, so it goes down to Tina. True, yeah, if you're going Haxorus KO the Drago V, you just lose less resources, right? Because you're not lost owning 2 energy. But yeah, that is true though. That is true though. You get Tina'd back, and then all of a sudden you're losing your setup Drago with all the energy you left on it. Seems like Miloslav's list was more tailored for the mirror. Yeah, I think Miloslav definitely has an advantage in the mirror here. Has the Drago, has the E-switch, so pretty clean turn 1 here from Miloslav. The Mew start is not something you probably want. Hang on, we might not be done yet. There might be more. Hold up. Nope, there's the pass. Okay, so over to Brent. The Motivate option is there. Generally, though, on this first turn, going second, you want to get Cleffa in the active. Put Cleffa in the active. Both players have Vessel Dragapult to start off with, but Motivate isn't like a terrible option. It's not great to be honest. The Motivate's pretty bad. Yeah, the Motivate's pretty bad. Doesn't take away Tina because you could Prime Boss. Prime Boss is a lot though. You could, yes, you could Prime Boss, but that'd be like a lot on like turn 2. For like that specific lineup. Kind of off topic, why does no one play Noivern? It just isn't worth it for the matchups that it impacts. Makes your Raging Bolt matchup better, but it's still unfavored. And then it makes your Terrapagos matchup better, but it's still favored. But the Bouffalons, I don't know. Like, Noivern could be worth including again because of the Bouffalons, to be honest. I don't know how much Bouffalons change up that matchup. Overall, how is Cleffa not a liability? Because it's worth 1 prize card, and you're never putting more than one prizer in play when you put the Cleffa in play. So if your opponent KOs it, you just don't ever care. It's more of a liability for yourself because it takes up one of your bench spaces. Yeah, it's more of a liability for you than anything because it takes up one of your bench spaces. What's the idea of choosing second? Use a higher chance of a clean setup because you get to play a draw supporter, you get to use Cleffa, more likely to push a 1 prizer on your active going to turn 2. Yeah. You should have a higher chance of having like a more aggressive turn 2. And we saw this yesterday from Miloslav versus Daniel. The person who went first usually just ended up pushing up Cleffa, and then that's it. There we see 2 E-switch going to the discard pile from the Squawk ability, and we see Brent did search out a Fire and a Grass to play for that Motivate. There's an energy in hand. The rest of the hand kind of sucks here for Brent. Did find the Drago V and a Nest Ball. And the switch, so could get into the Cleffa, I guess. We could see the Cleffa actually happen here from Brent. But losing 2 E-switch and then not motivating feels kind of bad. Yeah, you losing two E-switch and then not motivating feels pretty bad here. And we see the Cleffa is getting lined up here. Oh, man. That's this 2 E-switch gone, 2 energy gone as well, but that's usually not as big of a deal. Yeah. The 2 energy being gone isn't a huge deal. Usually you have to play like 1, maybe 2 Super Odd to be comfortable in most matchups. Why discard energy unless it's a Motivate angle? To give you a... Because you theoretically want to use Motivate, but it depends what you draw. And based on what Brent drew off this research... He's now deciding it's better if I use Cleffa. the reason you discard the energy to begin with is to have the option of the motivate, but it doesn't mean you have to use motivate. It just means now the possibility is there. And for the current situation that I'm in, motivate looks like it would be a pretty strong play for what I've done so far. But depending on what you actually draw off the research or off the squawkencies, you might change your mind. What are my thoughts on Hacks and Drago? It seems all right. If they go Noivern second attack, Sinnoh, doesn't that auto win the Terapagos matchup? Yeah, but it's not that simple. Like, that is correct. Yeah, that is correct. But it's not that simple. Because you have to, by the time you find Temple of Sinnoh and stuff like that, it can take a while. Alright, Miloslav unsure about what's going on over there. There's the Cleffa bench. This is what I said. This happened a lot yesterday in the Drago setup as well. 2 E-switch had to be used, but we could attach return to a Drago ourselves. I think there is a research in Miloslav's hand, unless I'm mistaken. You for 1 first, though. Okay, makes sense. And then there's the research. We do lose a superior energy retrieval. Definitely an argument to maybe not Mew there, because we know we're going to have to discard basically anything that we draw. Drago V with energy and Drago V-Star would be pretty nice here. Miloslav did prize the Prime Catcher, so there's no possibility for Miloslav to actually gust KO off the bench. Probably the most powerful play that Miloslav could make on this turn would be to Gudra KO the Cleffa. Because that Drago would be safe from the knockout. But it would let Brent get the first 2 prize knockout in general. That would give the possibility for Brent to get the first 2 prize knockout, but it wouldn't be on your active. But if Brent has to gust anyways, you could be more aggressive here as Miloslav if your hand's really bad. And it's like, well, if I don't KO the Cleffa this turn, I probably can't gust around the Cleffa next turn, so I might just go ahead and KO the Cleffa this turn to force up a 2 prize Pokemon into the active from here on out. Or even if it is a 1 prizer, then you KO the 1 prizer and you're good with that. Ultra Ball coming down here to discard an energy switch, but Miloslav is pretty set up at this point, so it doesn't seem too bad to do that, to be honest. I didn't finish my thought process. Someone asked earlier, why do you choose to go second in the mirror? Just because you have, yeah, like I said, you have a higher chance of setup. It's just like the Charizard mirror. Maybe I did answer the question. Maybe I'm like overthinking it. Yeah, but it's just like the Charizard, like Charizard was pre-Dusknoir. Well, even with Dusknoir, I think you choose second. So you just want to set up. You just want to give yourself a higher chance of setting up. All right, got another energy on the Drago, but I think Miloslav will be running to the Cleffa here. Even with this Drago V-Star, we don't have the Gudra option anyways here from Miloslav. There's only the Dragapult in the discard pile, so not even considering attacking with Regidrago here, I don't think. And we'll see if Brent can get that first 2 prize knockout. Once again, Brent definitely does not want to put a Drago in the active to KO a Cleffa. And see, that's like the thing with going... We see here, it literally happened like it did yesterday. Like I said, it could happen. Miloslav went first, has turn 2 Dragapult attack, but there's a Cleffa in Brent's active. And now Miloslav's like, I don't know, I don't really want to KO a Cleffa with... Put a 2 prizer on the active to KO a Cleffa. The only reason Miloslav would be okay with it if it was through the Gudra attack, but even then, you maybe just want to set up a little bit more yourself. Like I said, like another thing you give your opponent is you give your opponent access to the bench space as well when you KO the Cleffa for them. So Tina was found, and Tina was discarded here for Brent. I assume it's going to be a Drago V-Star searched out. Oh no, going for the Drago V. Are we going to play it even slower here from Brent and just bench Drago V attach and then draw with Cleffa again? Maybe we have the V-Star in the hand. No Ogerpon searched out either. I feel like Brent's going to be using Cleffa again here. We'll see. Even with Dragapult's attack, it's not worth it? No. To KO the Cleffa? No. Because the damage you're spreading to the bench doesn't set up anything. Yeah, nothing is being set up from that. I think Brent's... Oh, no. We have the V-Star. We have energy as well. And then we have the research. Okay. I thought it was going to be like energy. We're splitting the energy, though. Brent's not super confident in actually being able to get the Gust KO. So probably, even though we have the research here, we're probably still going back into a Cleffa draw at the end of this turn. Ultra Ball was found. Can't quite tell what. There's a couple Dragon Pokemon in the hand. I can't tell which ones are in there. I don't see Prime Catcher, which would have to be a part of this combination of cards in the hand to actually take a 2 prize knockout here from Brent. As a Nest Ball, could get an Ogerpon. You don't have to go get an Ogerpon yet if you don't want to as Brent, but you could go get one. I believe the Tina hasn't been found from Miloslav yet, but the Squawkabilly's on the bench, and now an Ogerpon might be on the bench, so there is other 2 prize targets. I guess there's the Drago V as well, if you can find the Haxorus. Although you don't really want to attack with Haxorus with its second attack, I don't think. You're not trying to attack with Haxorus. You'd like to avoid attacking with Haxorus. Not benching Ogerpon doesn't allow Miloslav to do the Goodra line, though. Well, you have to have 2 Ogerpons on your bench for Miloslav to do the full Goodra line. I think it was Ultra Ball. Was anything taken there off that Ultra Ball from Brent? The Nest Ball got nothing if the Nest Ball was used. So Brent is avoiding putting Ogerpons in play here, we can see. But yeah, the full Goodra line only happens if there's 2 Ogerpons in play. Oh, there is an Ogerpon in the hand here. We might not bench it, though, yet. You think Drago will play a lone egg? No. All right, here we are. Okay, actually, one reason I could see the Executor being played. Hold up. Maybe Executor is okay. Because you could Executor against Terapagos and Raging Bolts. The only thing is Terapagos could set up a bench where they have no 2 prizes on their bench. And then that'd be annoying. Can you explain why he's not benching Ogerpons? He doesn't want Miloslav to be able to punch them with Goodra. And have a bunch of targets for Goodra. Although Miloslav will probably never go down the Goodra line of play. Or probably will try and avoid it. Because Miloslav did prize Prime Catcher. Double Nest Ball being burned here from Miloslav. Or 1 Nest Ball being burned, the other one being played. Get second Ogerpon into play. And Miloslav is definitely looking for that boss KO this turn, for sure. Trying to KO that Regidrago off the bench. Uh-oh. Wait, are we good? Is there a discussion on what Nest Ball is Miloslav using right now? Okay, thank goodness. Obviously, Miloslav intended to burn the first Nest Ball and then play the second one. But it looks like maybe there was just explaining what happened with the first one. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there was any kind of... the judges weren't trying to force him to put the other Nest Ball back into his hand or anything like that. Double Drago. Once again, still looking for the boss. The Prime Catcher is prized, so it has to be the boss here from Miloslav. It might be in the hand, actually. It might just be... We might have it right now. Jamming Tower's harder to find than just finding the egg. That's true. Yeah, the egg definitely is good. Like, you'd like to be running the egg in your deck again for the Raging Bolt matchup. And maybe even the Terapagos matchup as well. Maybe it will see play. I've been hating on the egg a lot, but... egg might be okay. There we go. There's the boss. Tina's in the discard pile. And there's a knockout. Now, here's where this matchup comes down to, like, basically a Tina chain. And who drops the first Tina attack. Because now Brent is going to use Tina to KO Miloslav's Regidrago. And then Miloslav drew the prize cards from top down. So we do have the Prime Catcher. But in this situation, honestly, the energy are probably more important for Miloslav. The Prime Catcher's like, okay. But Miloslav has to go like Drago, because Miloslav doesn't play Radzard. But with Brent being down 2 E-Switch, it's going to be hard for Brent to actually keep up in the trade-off. I feel like Brent like needs Brent's Legacy Star basically has to get back 2 E-Switch, I think. I don't even think you can get anything else. And on top of that, you have to find your other 2 E-Switch. All right, the Drago's been found, but Brent needs to find another Drago to respond to Miloslav's Drago. Well, that's not 100% true. I guess Brent could go for some kind of Radzard play after this Drago. I guess Brent could go for Drago, Radzard. But leaving Miloslav's... I mean, that seems still pretty bad, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I guess that's not terrible. You just hope Miloslav doesn't draw into the Gust. That's not terrible. You could, yeah. Brent could play for Drago, Radzard. I guess that's not terrible, actually. You'd want to combo that with, like, you want to go, like, Prime Iono. At some point. Here comes the Fez for 3. I mean, it'll be really telling what Brent has to do, whether or not Brent actually finds another Drago V. And even if Brent finds it, does Brent put it in play, actually? Will be a question as well. Or will Brent just kind of lock in the Zard route? Radzard plus Cleffa gives 2 prizes to Polto. Oh, wait, true. Yeah, we can't even go down that route. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. You literally can't go down that route. Mew genome hacking play? It would be a genome hacking angle. But then Mew dies to an Ogerpon with like 3 energy. That's like the problem with going with Mew. But yeah, true. We can't Radzard. I don't see a Drago V in the hand there for Brent. There was maybe a Nest Ball. But yeah, you're right. We can't attack with Radzard. Oh boy. And if this Drago dies, we lose access to Legacy Star. So do we just Legacy Star now? As Brent would be a question as well. Miloslav could Gudra Punch Fez and then Pulse KO Billy and Fez. Oh, that's also true. Yeah. Well, then you could run into a situation where if Brent has Prime Boss, you're in trouble. But you could do that. Yeah, here comes the Legacy Star from Brent. Gonna get the Super Rod. Curious to see what the other grab is. But yeah, it definitely is looking rough here for Brent. Yeah, Miloslav could do the Gudra play still. Prime Boss would be an answer to it. But if Miloslav starts to build up a third Drago, then it wouldn't be terrible. Super Rod and E-Switch found. There's the retreat. It's just going to be the Tina play, I think, from here. Yeah. A lot of cards in hand there for Brent. Like, an Iono seems pretty good here from Miloslav. Well, I guess, like, there's only 1 card left in Brent's deck, so I guess it would be, like, you're going to draw back into a decent amount of that hand. Radzard was pulled off the prize cards, which was important here for... Oh, and the Super Rod as well. So, pretty good... Actually, maybe the perfect 2 prize cards for Brent there. Because that's your attacker moving forward. Brent pretty much knows for sure that the active Drago is going to go down. Actually, that's not 100% true. Well, no, I think in this situation, you know the active Drago is going to go down here, right? Miloslav could do the Gudra play to play around Iono, I guess, depending on how many Iono are gone. If Brent is out of Iono, then Miloslav just going through the active is definitely correct. Just take away that option. But Miloslav could do the get Gudra in the discard pile, punch Pheasantipity for 200. You punch a Pheasantipity for 200. And then next turn, Gust up the Squawkabilly, and then attack with Dragapult, KOing the Squawkabilly and the Pheasantipity. And it protects your Regidrago for a turn. But your Regidrago KOing your opponent's Regidrago means your Regidrago can't be KO'd. It just means you could get Iono'd lower. So that'd be the reason to not draw prize cards this turn, is to play around Iono, or play around getting Iono'd from 4 to 2. Because then Brent could go Radzard Prime Catcher. Yeah, Brent could go Radzard Prime Catcher Iono. The problem with Brent going Radzard Prime Catcher, though, is that's Brent's last switch card. So Miloslav could just pass for a turn if Brent does that. I guess you'd have to hope that Miloslav, like, misplays then, I guess. I don't know. It's looking pretty good for Miloslav here. There is, like, routes to victory for Brent, but yeah, it's feeling like a dub here for Miloslav for sure. Definitely feeling like a dub for Miloslav. Looks like potentially going into a superior energy retrieval here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wait a second. Miloslav isn't there yet. Okay, we did just find a research, though. It's pretty good. The question would be, like, do you want a Legacy Star? I don't think you'd ever Legacy Star first. But just making sure, like, if we research, can we still Legacy Star? Probably. Because Miloslav doesn't play Super Rod. So Miloslav can't deck out and then Super Rod recover. There's a Night Stretcher that can get the or the fire energy. You can just take the knockout on the active. And then you still have Legacy Star, so you just win, right? Yeah, if you're able to get to the knockout here this turn without using Legacy Star, you probably just win through Legacy Star next turn. Not well, yeah, no, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's close. No, it is like 100% guaranteed. But yeah, Miloslav just has game on board because we have the grass energy on the Ogre Pawn. We have Legacy Star left, so we just go Tina knockout active, just Lotsoni and grass off the bench and the active, and then we have Legacy Star next turn for grass boss, and we just win. So yeah, game over in this first one. I don't see an out here. Is there something I'm missing? I don't think so. Brent could go... Okay, the only thing I can think of, and I don't even know if this is possible. Double E-switch Mew. Oh, true. Genome hacking does work here. I don't know if Brent has the cards to pull that off. But yeah, okay. Genome hacking would work here, actually. There's no energy built up on Miloslav's bench as well. Let's see if Brent has the pieces for it. Or that'd actually be kind of sick. The genome hacking would be sick. Okay, hold up. Or Brent could Iono plus reset up Drago, which is, it looks like is maybe what Brent is actually playing for. Is like hide behind Cleffa for a turn, plus Iono. And then force Miloslav to find boss. But Miloslav still has so much time. Oh, no, Miloslav has Legacy Star. What am I thinking? We have Legacy Star available. We just win. We have to KO the active this turn with Mew. But now that's not possible because we benched the Drago. Yeah, we have to KO the active. I overcooked there for sure. At first I thought there was something there. Milo took his prize cards from the top in his other games too. Yeah, Miloslav did take the prize cards from the top in the other games as well. Even if someone draws their prize cards out of order, you shouldn't... I think it's fine to be sus of people who draw their prize cards out of order, but you shouldn't assume they're cheating. You should just be like, all right. I think taking note of that is fine, because I think it is weird to draw your prize cards out of order. I think it's weird for Miloslav to draw the prize cards from top down. I don't think Miloslav cheated, though. I don't think Miloslav is cheating. There's the Prime on the Ogre Pawn to try and trap it. And there's the Iono. Okay, I guess this could theoretically work here. Miloslav needs very little still to do this with Legacy Star available, but Miloslav doesn't have Prime Catcher in the discard pile here. So Miloslav doesn't guaranteed win with this play from Brent, but with that Vessel probably does have the guaranteed win. So yeah, basically it's a guaranteed win here. The Vessel should be enough. I'm assuming there's a grass in the deck. There's the grass. There's the grass. Is Brent packing it up? Yeah, okay. That's all we needed was one energy there. The Legacy Star will get there. Yeah, the only out there, I guess, for Brent was the genome hacking with the Mew, which is a super cute play, actually. You can go from like a no Drago board state into a knockout on a Regidrago. We will see Brent get to go second again, but now that Miloslav did win the game where Brent got to go second to begin with, now we get to see in game 3, Miloslav will get to choose second if Brent wins this one. Appreciate the 15 months there, Rufio. The 2 E-switch discard at the start was damning, though. That was a lot. That was a lot to come back from, for sure, from Brent. That was a lot of resources down off the rip. Honestly, looking back on it, if you do look back on it, I think the one thing you could question about Brent's choice was, should Brent have just gone for the Motivate? With Brent being down 2 E-switch, Miloslav having a pretty clean turn 1, should Brent have actually just committed to the Motivate and be like, all right, go ahead. If you can find Gudra, knock on my guy here, that's going to be tough for me to come back from. Dude, that was like some kind of schizo edit from... That was funny. So call me crazy, but with Mew plus counter gain, you can do Drago attacks for just 2 energy when behind. I mean, what do you want me to call you crazy about? Like, what you just said is possible, but it's also bad. Playing tool cards in Drago in general just seems kind of mid. Like, E-switch is already effectively... Like, Yeah, playing something like counter game just is kind of mid. It doesn't work with Drago. If it worked with Drago, that'd be a different discussion to have, but it doesn't work with Drago, so. Why didn't he use Radzard? Because it just didn't matter there. All right. Ooh, the Kyurem starts pretty bad. Now, this is where... Now, if you start Kyurem, now all of a sudden putting Cleffa in play feels worse. It's not terrible. It's, like, still fine. It's okay. Yeah, Kyurem starts mid. Can't get to Cleffa. The problem is... Oh, also Switch is prized. That makes it that much harder to get to Cleffa. Let's see what the rest of the hand here looks like for Miloslav. Also, on Brent's side, open the Regidrago, which is also not good. Can't get into Cleffa. It's all about getting into Cleffa. Now, the Switch is a possibility. And Prime Catcher is a possibility as long as Miloslav actually benches something. But if Miloslav doesn't bench anything like this, you're probably okay with that. Will we see Brent get... How many times have we seen Brent donk someone? It's been 2 or 3 times this tournament. Oh, didn't donk the Golden Go, but got very close, right? Let's see if the donk is possible here. It's pretty unlikely, though, from Brent. Would need double pawn, double grass, double E-switch, plus a fire. Or switch, double grass, double pawn, grass, or triple grass. 1 E-switch. So it is possible for Brent to get the knockout on this Kyurem off the rip here. Two Nest Ball and 1 Reggie Prize. Actually tough to find basics. It could hurt. We'll see. There's always those things where it's like, we'll have to just see how Brent draws to see if it matters. Looks like he's going back in. Vessel away the Drago. Did grab the Squawk ability off the Ultra Ball. Is only going for 1 fire off this Vessel, it looks like. Probably just going to be attached to the active. I mean, attached active is safe here, right? Because the Miloslav has a Kyurem, and that is it. Legitimate reason to draw your prize cards out of order is that it's statistically more likely that the cards you play higher counts of are on top. I don't know. That's just not true. No, that's not true. That's not how that works. That's not how math works. Oh, we have the motivate. Oh, we have the switch in hand for Brent. So this is actually a super powerful turn here from Brent. This is like better than getting into Cleffa. As long as our hand's not dead, and we're like, well, now we have to retreat to Cleffa to play the game. Rage bait successful? No, I'm not going to give chat that much credit. Chat says some pretty interesting things. I'm not going to give chat credit and call that bait. You don't get credit for this one. The Cleffa does get bench here from Brent. Not too much developed besides the motivate. Get that 20 damage on the Kyurem, though, of course. And let's see if Miloslav's hand is truly just completely dead, or if Miloslav has... Okay, there's an Iono there. Okay. I thought it was a Soda King original comment. No. What's up with this cam? The shakiness? Yeah, I don't know. My overhead cam is less shaky than this. Dude, they gotta get me on the production team for these things, bro. I'll turn things around. Literally attach pass. There's the grass. Brent with the frame 1. Brent with the frame 1 grass attachment. We go to game 3. Brent gets another effective donk there, whatever you want to call it. Maybe the camera's not shaking. It's just Brent shaking that makes it look like the camera is shaking. No, I'm kidding. The camera's actually shaking. Yeah, the camera's actually shaking. I don't know how it's shaking though. It's like I don't know how they don't have it. What is causing it to shake? needs to go up there and zip tie something down. Why is he shaking though? I don't know. He just does. Brent's always shaking. I think I've talked to him about it before. He's like not nervous or anything. He's not like nervous or anything like that. He just shakes. Maybe he gets cold. Could be cold. Getting cold up there, maybe. James Cox said it's an illness, I believe. Oh, it could be something like that. Yeah, yeah, he could have some kind of condition or something like that. He just has a tremor. Also on Drago without Rod. I do like superior energy retrieval, but I don't know. It's hard to argue against the Rod results. Yeah, I really like superior energy retrieval in Drago, but it's hard to argue against the results from the Super Odd builds, to be honest. For sure. I'm pretty sure you're just wrong, Mirror World. Where a card is in your deck at the point where you go to put out your prize cards is equal odds of being any of the top 6 cards. Like, they have a higher chance, but it could be any of the 6. But I'm not going to have this discussion. There's no point in having a discussion. You are wrong, but I'm not going to explain why you're wrong. I'm not going to take the time. I don't even know if I could sufficiently explain why you're wrong. I know you're wrong. I know why you're wrong, but I don't know if I could explain it efficiently. One player takes prize cards differently and chat turns into monkeys. Chat completely loses their minds. Azul doesn't have the optimal explanation. I don't, yeah. Did Miloslav choose first? I don't think... Did Miloslav choose first? Maybe he did. Really? He chose first. Interesting. We haven't seen Miloslav have the chance to choose first or second. But that's interesting because yesterday... did they show the prize cards here? Yesterday, Miloslav chose second against Daniel, but now is choosing first. They showed the prize cards real quick. Kieran prize, Tina prize. Tina being prize is a big one. That is a big deal. So, Brent is going to have to adjust the game plan here for sure. Is it maybe because of Gudra? Maybe. Maybe you're not as scared... Yeah, maybe you're more comfortable with going first because you play Gudra. I guess that could be it. Did he choose that because Milo knew Daniel's list? Maybe, yeah. I mean, like that might be the difference maker. Also, like Brent plays like 3 Ogerpon compared to 4. So you have if you open Ogerpon, it's really easy to get into the Cleffa. But because Brent plays less Ogerpon, it's less likely to get into the Cleffa. Yeah. Definitely interesting to see. Interesting to see Miloslav take this approach going into this game here. I don't think Brent was expecting it. Someone is definitely wrong here because Brent chose second twice now, I believe. Brent has chosen second twice now, and we have seen Miloslav now choose first. Choose first going into game 3 here. I don't know which one of them is wrong, but one of them is wrong. There's another E-switch in the hand here for Miloslav. I think you should just play just in case you get Iono'd. You should just play the E-switch here. Just be more set up in case you get Iono'd. Both are right. Not possible.
This turn 1 is very good from Miloslav as well. This is a pretty powerful turn. And might even go ahead and commit the Cleffa. There's not really much else you could play here besides the Mew. You do lose access to Mew if you put this down. But that's about it. All right, there's a pass over to Brent. Brent did open the Cleffa, which is the optimal starter. The rest of the hand, though, definitely leaves something to be desired. There's only one Drago in the hand and no form of draw power for the turn. The only draw power coming from this turn for Brent is going to be through that Cleffa, which will be ending the turn. So, does have the Hoot Hoot, but the Hoot Hoot is so bad to put in play here because Miloslav is set up to go like Gudra knockout Cleffa here. Miloslav is set up to go Gudra knockout Cleffa, and then there's another one prizer on board that Miloslav will be able to go after at some point for a more or easier, more efficient attack towards the late game. I believe Miloslav is correct because if Brent goes first, he can set up Noctowl instead of Cleffa. Ooh, that is actually an interesting interaction in the matchup. That is true, yeah. If Brent goes first, Brent can go bench Hoot Hoot and play for a turn 2 Noctowl, right? Definitely interesting. He has research, no? I don't believe so. I think it's a Temple of Sinnoh. We'll see, though. If there is a research in hand, we'll definitely see Brent play it. For sure. I believe it is a Temple of Sinnoh. That is a good point, though. That is a very good point there. Yeah, when Brent goes first, Brent can go turn 2 Noctowl and completely ignore Cleffa. Is Adderall a thing in comp Pokemon? No. Not. I'm sure you're comparing it to esports, not the way it is in esports. I'm sure there are people in the PokemonTCG who take Adderall, and probably take Adderall for the purpose of, like, you know, as like a recreational competition enhancer. But yeah, not the way you're thinking about it in esports. It's not a thing like that, which I assume is the comparison you're making, but I don't know for sure. But I'm assuming that's the comparison you're making. All right, Miloslav starting off with a energy to Ogerpon. Gets the Drago V-Star. Has boss as well. What are the attacking options in the discard pile? What do we have? Does Miloslav have the Tina? That's an easy choice here. The boss on the Drago. We do have the Tina. Oh, the Haxorus. Even better. Discard top 3. And it's all gets the Gudra too. Oh my, it doesn't get better than that. That's literally as good as it can possibly get. Discard the Sinnoh, dead card, discards the Gudra to set it up in the discard pile, and then gets rid of an Ogerpon, which you don't care about at this point. Insane. Holding the Legacy Star, insane turn 2 here from Miloslav. It literally just doesn't get any better than that. That's like as good as it gets for sure. The Haxorus goes crazy. Basically nothing burned as well. I mean, there's 2 E-switches gone, I guess, here from Miloslav. I feel like Brent has to like find Prime Catcher and try and trap Drago and force the Legacy Star. Triple E-switch in the hand here. Has an Iono, thankfully. Is thinking about even playing the Ultra Ball. Wants more. Is not content with this. I guess the grab would maybe be a Pheasantipity or a second Drago. I feel like Brent has to find Prime Catcher here and has to prime up the Drago V of Miloslav to like force the Legacy Star out of Miloslav on the next turn. And then if you do force it and it's a bad Legacy Star, I do feel like this is winnable all of a sudden for Brent. Thinking about getting rid of the Drago V there. Okay, ends up with the Super on the E-switch. Getting rid of Drago V there is weird. Tina is prized. Oh, that's true. Brent's Tina is also prized. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're going for Noctowl here. Okay, interesting. So now we're gonna get the Prime Catcher for sure, right? We have to go Prime up the Drago off the bench. Like we have to like buy. We have to force the Legacy Star to Miloslav to even have a chance here. I feel like. We'll see though. Maybe Brent has a different plan. I don't see how you win this. If you don't force Miloslav to use Legacy Star next turn, I don't see how you ever win this as Brent, though. Let's see what the take is, though, off the Owl. Eyes up a Nest Ball. Could become another Drago. Because Miloslav doesn't even need a 2-prize knockout next turn. If Miloslav just goes like Gudra Punch Cleffa, like that's good enough for Miloslav. Looking for a vessel after the nest ball here, it looks like. Although I don't even know if we have a card to discard with that vessel. I don't even think we can play the vessel out of hand if we're going to play the Iono, which I assume we are playing the Iono here as Brent. Double nest ball. Man, I think we have to go for Prime here. I feel like we have to go for a Prime catcher here. Goes for the vessel. Oh, maybe we're going to grab Pheasantipity first here, I guess. Oh, we can grab... Well, are we going to get rid of the Iono then? Vessel away an E-switch. Then we only have one E-switch in our hand. Why is it so important to get off this extra Ogre Pawn here before we play the Iono? I'm kind of confused. This doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal to do. Are we gonna... Oh, are we punching with Ogre Pawn here? Oh, is that the play here? Are we gonna punch the active Drago with Ogre Pawn? Maybe that's what Brent's going for here, actually. Is to actually punch. I didn't think we were actually gonna punch here. Oh, but I guess... No, I think it's... Brent maybe has to punch here, actually. The more I think about it, because Artina's prized. Okay. Actually, no, I like this play from Brent. I think it might be the only play from Brent, actually. We have to punch this turn because Artina is prized. This is still terrible. For sure. Like, it's not good. We're in a terrible spot here as Brent. But I guess this does make sense, right? This does make sense. We have to play for the punch here. Playing for the punch here is fine. The other play that I was talking about was like prime up the Drago view off the bench. Prime up Drago view off the bench is also fine. It's okay, but like it would have to involve like Tina next turn. But Tina's prize, so the play that I wanted to see Brent do is only okay if we have Tina access. We have no Tina access, so yeah, pawn punch. I mean, it's pretty terrible situation for Brent still, but Milo drew prime. The prime doesn't really matter that much for Miloslav to draw here. Wait, Brent's changing his mind now. Are we punching this? Well, now I'm kind of confused. Jeez, this hand is disgusting as well. Vessel, E-switch, prime catcher? Dude, pack it up. Yeah, this play feels weird. I don't know about this play. What are we building up towards? Is Brent trying to like build up to the point where this Ogre Pawn one-hit KOs Drago V-Star, maybe? Yeah, Miloslav's hand is literally disgusting. We just prime up the oh my gosh. Brings up one of the Dragos. We have a research as well. Dude. That's just game. That's game. We have Legacy Stars still. The game is over. There's no way to lose. With Legacy Star remaining, that's it. Might see the Superior get played if there's a grass in the discard pile. Just gonna go for the Hackstress Mill 3. Legacy Stars left. You get Prime Energy next turn. There's literally no play. Brent doesn't even have access to Tina. Even if he wanted to Tina this turn, you can't because it's in the prize cards. Holy. Man, we can go back further. It's actually really interesting how this like matchup played out. We can go back. Yeah, there's the concede. We can go back further though. To be honest, we can go into the prep from Brent. Brent chose second. Brent won the coin flip. Chose second. Lost game 1. Still chose second. And then we go to game 3, and then Miloslav chooses first, which is like super interesting. Brent was able to squeak out a win in game 2. It was like an effective donk, obviously, so like it's whatever. Yeah, definitely interesting. It definitely makes you question. Obviously, 2 very good players. They also have like very good players around them who they talk to and like prep with and stuff like that. But it'd be interesting to know. I almost want to say maybe Miloslav is correct in the choice of. I don't want to say for sure Miloslav is correct in the fact that going first is better. But even just based on like the knock towel thing, to be honest, that's like the thing I'm thinking about the most here. That's the most interesting thing from this whole finals to me personally, is the fact that they both chose different They both chose to go first versus second. Or one chose first, one chose second. That's definitely the most interesting thing to me from the whole match. Long-awaited dub. Is this Miloslav's first major dub? Funny that the Gudra was the big game changer and it wasn't used once. Yeah, they literally Gudra never came up. Weren't Daniel and Miloslav choosing second in top 4? So it can't be because of Gudra. Yeah, they were choosing second in top 4. Polyswag, they were, yeah. I mean, I have to go back and look at it to confirm, but I think both players chose second at least once in that set. Yeah, between Daniel and Miloslav, I'm pretty sure they both got the choice and opted to go second. But I think it has to be based on the owl. I think it has to be based on the Noctowl. I guess Miloslav feels like against the Noctowl build, Noctowl should want to go first in the mirror. But Brent apparently disagreed and chose second in this set, and Miloslav was choosing first, which is really interesting. That's really, really interesting. So for Miloslav specifically, Miloslav thinks the Noctowl makes a big enough difference where all of a sudden going first is optimal in the mirror when they have Noctowl. And I assume Miloslav would feel the same if they both had Noctowl. And Brent, I don't know, maybe Brent didn't think about it that hard, or maybe Brent could walk away from this set and still be like, I think going second is correct. Like, that's very possible. Brent could walk away from this set and be like, no, going second is correct. I think Miloslav misplayed by choosing first in game 3. And it is possible. It'd be really interesting to know the player's rationale for choosing first versus second. Overall. Also, it would be kind of sad and unfortunate if Milo was like, it was just like a vibes thing. I was just feeling like going for, I would usually choose second. Like if you ask Milo after the finals, like, why'd you choose, you were choosing second against Daniel and Brent was choosing second. Why'd you choose first? And he was like, I was just feeling it going into game 3. I was just like, I felt like I should go first. You want me to ask Brent? I mean, yeah, you can feel free to if you want. I mean, not right now, but I'm pretty sure Milo had a reason, even if the mind games. But I feel like mind games would matter first, would matter more for like game 1, not game 3. At that point, it doesn't matter, right? He did it to destroy Brent's mental. But we're in game 3. Destroying the mental doesn't matter at that point, I feel like. I feel like you could, like, there could be an argument for some like silly mind games for game 1. All right, we can tune into the interview though real fast.
All right, Miloslav. So games 1 and 2 were super one-sided for each of you. What were your thoughts heading into game 3?
Well, I knew I was going first because I think it's optimal to go first in this matchup. Even though we opted to go second with Daniel, it's because our build is way different than theirs. I think with their build, they're not as likely to get value out of Cleffa, and also if their build is using Cleffa, they give up their comeback option with Redzard, because if you have both Redzard and Cleffa benched, I just went on them for 2. So yeah, I knew I have an edge into the matchup going first, and I just looked for good draws and they came, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that Regidrago V-Star off the top, right, from the Teal Dance to 1, and you were able to knock out Brent's single Regidrago. So we noticed a slight smile from you when you got that Regidrago. What were you thinking in that moment? Did you think you were going to be champion then?
Yeah, I think once Brent didn't bench second Dragovi, or like didn't have a backup Dragovi after I killed the first one, I was pretty sure I got it locked up, so yeah.
All right, and now you've been playing Regidrago V-Star since the World Championships. Now, what brings you back to this deck over and over?
I think it's the best deck, and yeah, that's basically the reason. I mean, aside from being the best deck, I think it also has best matchup spread against the best players, so it gives you the highest chance of actually making a deep run, and yeah, I like it. I think it's just the best deck to play I mean, not the upcoming formats because there's a new one coming out, but for the past formats, it's been the best deck for me for every event.
I mean, clearly it worked out, right? So before we let you go, any shout outs or anyone you want to thank for making it all the way here?
Yeah, so there's a lot of people I would like to shout out, but I think there's one person that deserves it the most. It's Fabio from production, because I will tell a short story, like 30 seconds. So I had my lucky shorts on when I was about to play Top Cut, but they had like a trademark, so I was not allowed to wear them. So I had to change into black shorts that I'm wearing right now. And I told this thing to Fabio, saying like, I'm never winning this, I don't have my lucky shorts. And Fabio told me, just wear the black shorts over the lucky ones. I was like, Fabio, you're a goddamn genius. And yeah, so I'm wearing 2 shorts right now, but I'm the winner, so I guess that's good, right?
Yeah, I mean, clearly we're...
I appreciate it. You're a genius.
All right, well, thank you so much, Miloslav. Once again, huge congratulations to you, big shout out. And everyone, we still have plenty more action to go. Let's get back to a caster so we can continue with the tournament.
He's done. He's cooked. He admitted he was wearing the shorts with the logo, bro. That's a DQ. Literally, he's about to get DQ'd. Why would he say that, bro? What the heck? All right, chat. 25K fine. Double shorts? Double shorts in this climate, bro? Are you kidding me? I'm surprised Miloslav didn't pass out from heat exhaustion, bro. What the heck? 2 shorts? It's new tech, 2 shorts. What about 2 pants? 2 shirts? Actually, a lot of people do the 2 shirts thing when they give you a shirt on stream. 3 shirts? It's your swamp ass. No pain, no gain, clearly. Shout out to Miloslav on the victory, of course. Shout out to Brent for getting 2nd. Congrats to both the players. Yeah, Miloslav, very good player. I didn't know this was Miloslav's first major dub. I wasn't sure. Not surprised, though, at all to see him get one eventually here. And maybe more in the future. I feel like Miloslav is a player who's very good. A lot of players who know who Miloslav is, especially if you're like, you've been around for a little while, if you're like a better player. I don't think we've ever seen Miloslav really hit like a peak, though. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's the beginning of it for Miloslav, where it's like Miloslav is consistently showing up in like top 8 after top 8 after top 8. I feel like a lot of players have that moment eventually in a season. I don't know how much traveling Miloslav did pre-COVID. Post-COVID, he's been to quite a few things, though. So we'll see. Maybe this is the beginning of like of Miloslav's run. He won a SP in Dubai. That's not a major tournament dub. Well, how many players were there? 60? I'm very comfortable calling this Miloslav's first major dub. Yeah, it feels like there's definitely a point where like really good players will have like kind of like a streak where they like do really well, either at a point in a season, or they'll have like their kind of like not their breakout season, but kind of like their peak season, whatever you want to call it. This might be the beginning of Miloslav's takeover arc, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we'll see. Getting the IC dub here, it's a good first step for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna head off, chat. I am going to go to the gym, stuff like that, and I might stream again today. When I get back from the gym, I'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and raid. I'll just raid the official Pokemon channel before I get out of here. Is it just called Pokemon? Oh wait, I gotta pay out the. Let me pay out the thing first, real fast. Miloslav sitting on the right side. Boom, there we go. Payout is in. I'm gonna go ahead and raid the official Pokemon channel before I get out of here. Have a good one, chat. I might be back later today. If I'm not back later today, I'll be back tomorrow. Tons more Surging Sparks decks to play with leading into the Sacramento Regional Championships this weekend. So, yeah, still a lot of decks to play with, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. All right. See y'all maybe later today. For sure tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day if I don't see you later. And, yeah. Peace.